Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
All right. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out with us live where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies and so much more. Matthew, Jesse, Curtis, and Sean are your guides on this fun-filled tour. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you some breaking news.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey Evans. You may also know me as Legends Daddy Prime. I am here to sadly interrupt this broadcast to bring you an urgent update issued by the Surgeon General today. We are now required before all Offworld and Legends Daddy's broadcast to make you aware of this new Surgeon General's warning. Not watching Offworld greatly reduces cravings to purchase leather and consume ass jerky. And also, I want to add, it also will reduce cravings to purchase latex-lined leather. This is Legends Daddy's Prime. Over and out. Legends Daddies, roll out.
Wow, interesting.
That's term.
That's an interesting warning from the Surgeon General. You know what's really weird is at the very end of that really very faint ass jerky. That kind of sounded like Darla saying ass jerky, as if that's gotten stuck in her head. But I'm sure you wouldn't say ass jerky, would you? That's not a thing that you. Oh. Maybe it is a thing that she says. I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
yes. Well, there you go, folks.
No resisting the ass jerky. That's why you should watch Offworld. Yeah.
Yeah.
According to the Surgeon General. And
I mean,
I'm sure if he's a general of something, you got to know what he's talking about, right?
You would think so.
You would think.
Yeah. Of surgery. Is that what he's?
Of surgeons.
Oh, so all the surgeons.
Yeah,
general. He's the one that's.
I assume so. Yeah.
Are there other ranks of surgeons? Do we know?
I didn't think so, but now I mean, there's got to be like a
lieutenant surgeon, private surgeon.
Private surgeon is probably the most important one, at least. I mean, I want them to be the most competent of all the surgeons.
Yeah, if I was having a private surgeon work on me, I want to make sure that they really knew what they were doing.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, Joe, it's Friday. We're here. It's Offworld. What do you got to say to the folks?
I'll have to say that it's time to kick the tires and light the fires because we're going Offworld.
Very nice.
So, nice. Yes, I almost forgot the words.
Did you not work today?
I did work today.
You did. It looks like you got some hair growing in here. Is that
what happened? I don't know if anybody caught our new episode of Allegiance Quest this week, but I was starting to get sick on Monday, like pretty bad. And then back to work on Wednesday, and it's been with me the whole week. I've been sick and just not myself, and I haven't felt like shaving. And I thought, well, I'll just, until my boss tells me that I have to, screw it, And it turned out my boss was on vacation this week, and nobody said anything. So I just haven't been shaving, but not for any particular reason other than I just don't feel well.
So you haven't been shaving, and then I got a nice little landing space for the one Trevor Williams here. I don't know if you noticed that there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he gave me a kiss at Legion's Con, which is 2 years in a row, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
And he said wasn't real big fan of the hair on the cheek, so he wanted a nice.
He has a little bit of a beard going. You know, you get that Velcro effect where it just lasts a little bit longer than you're comfortable with. Yeah, I could see that.
So I knew I was going to have to clean this up for November, but then I started thinking, you know what, MesquiCon's coming up. And I don't know. Trevor was there last year. Trevor might be there this year. I don't want to discourage him from kissing me in March. So
isn't that kind of like cheating on Legion's Con, though? I mean,
you know, here's what I'll say. And I know some people I'm gonna get hate for this, but I actually like MesquiCon better than Legion's Con. Like,
I've heard you say that a few times.
Yeah, I love Legion's Con. It's great, but MesquiCon is like the fun of Legion's Con, but also you have time to actually spend time with people and just relax and not feel like you're being pulled every which direction
because the scale is smaller.
It's small. It's a 1 day show as far as the show, but then there's a Mythic meetup on Friday night, so it feels like it still goes across the weekend. But it's just a lot of fun, and you can just like have a meal with somebody and not feel like when I go to Legion's Con, even if I go to like the pub, which is inside the hotel, I like as I'm in the pub, I'm like, okay, what do I have to do next? And then what's after that? You know, what minute is it of the day? And what am I supposed to be doing according to Jeremy Gerard? Like, you know, did he schedule me a poop today? Did Jeremy put anything in the schedule that allows me to take a shit? No? Okay, well then I guess I'm just not shitting today because Jeremy didn't schedule it. So,
that might be a bit of an exaggeration, but I get what you're saying.
It's pretty close, though. You look at that Legion's Con schedule, and it's not even just during the show hours. It's like the whole fucking day. He's got every minute scheduled. So,
well, this was my first year going. Last year was my first year going to Legion's Con, and I will say that I was busy the entire time, not by any schedule, but there was just so many amazing people to interact with, like on such a large scale that it did feel like I was just busy the whole time that I was there. So I get what you're saying.
Well, speaking of amazing people to interact with, we got one guy that puts together our thumbnails. He really is our general when it comes to the Legend Daddies. It's Legend Daddy Prime himself, Jeffrey Evans. What's up, Jeffrey?
You know, we should have that transforming sound effect when Jeff pops up now.
I like that idea. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can get an audio version of the transforming sound effect.
I get that in there. Yeah,
so,
moving forward. Hey, Jeff.
What's going on?
How's the leather, latex, and ass jerky, everyone?
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Yeah.
You know, okay, so here's the thing. You know, our phones are always listening to us, right? Like there's no privacy. The phones are listening to you.
Yeah. We've signed a disclaimer.
Yeah. So we've got the Legend Daddy song with Jeffrey, right? And he's dancing, he's doing his thing. And at the end it says ass jerky. So every time I think about Jeff or I'm talking to Jeff or I'm scheduling something with Jeff, in my head, it just goes like, I'll be in the middle of the day. I'll be working. I'll be on a meeting with like professional people, right? And just in my head, I'm going, ass jerky nonstop. And so I've been talking about that this week. I was like Darla will be sewing behind me. I'll be at my desk and saying it. And so then she said it this week, right? And I recorded her saying it. I sent it to PGG. And so we've been talking between me and PGG and Darla. We've been talking about ass jerky all week. I've started to get ads for jerky all like the last 2 days. So like when you got like the reels on Facebook and stuff, like if I start swiping through, like every third or fourth one is like a jerky ad, like somebody that's selling jerky, like one of them, I think it was like 5 ounces of jerky for $35. I'm like, holy fuck! Like, who's paying $35 for 5 ounces?
That's prime ass right there.
Yeah. But it's not even just one company. It's like multiple jerky companies. Like, and it's Instagram or Facebook. If I go to either one, if I scroll anywhere for about 5-10 minutes, I'm gonna get a jerky ad. It's crazy. And it's like it's not real jerky that we're talking about. We're talking about ass jerky. Like, calm down. But yeah. Anyway, speaking of PGG, we got Van here tonight. Van, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing excellent. I hope you are.
Oh yeah, for sure. Except for I can't get ass jerky out of my head. So maybe after I have my live stream with Jeff tomorrow, and I've kind of moved past Jeff and on to the rest of the week, maybe I'll get the ass jerky out of my head.
Now I'm gonna haunt
I don't
you
think you
for
will.
the rest
I
of the
don't
week.
think it's that easy. I really
Can't
don't.
wait for Jeff to send those selfies during the week. Remember this, Curtis?
Well, Jeff Ray is Legend Daddies, so that's, I don't know if you knew that.
Can we see his transformation one more time?
I wish you had just that. I think we'd have to watch the whole. Here, why don't we put this on? I like this. We haven't seen this yet.
Jeff Ray is Legend Daddy. Prime Cosmic Connection. With leather and pride, we stand side by side. In love, we won't hide. We've got our kinks. We're on the fuel of passion. We'll set you free. Ass jerky.
That's jerky. So there you go. We got a
Thank you,
couple other.
PGG.
Yeah, we got a couple other folks with us. First, we got Oz out here. Oz, how you doing,
Help
sir?
us.
I am
He's
doing
going to
well.
Randy
guys.
Orton. Did you see that? Did you see the Randy Orton?
I was waiting for the sparklers or something to go off. Nothing happened, though.
You know, I tried to set up the pyro in the house, but I was told no, that's a fire hazard.
Damn.
And I've already had one house burned down and a collection of toys go up. I'm not doing it twice.
Oof.
Your Orton is pretty good. I got one thing that could help you take it up to the next level, though, right? When you do the Orton, you can't look at the camera. You gotta look above, like you're not paying attention to these people. Yeah, you're just like taking yourself in. You're just like, I'm amazing. And yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I am awesome.
There you go. You are awesome. So
now, I just got to say, we've been talking about leather. We've been talking about ass jerky. And
Yeah, we have.
damn, I need to get some ass jerky. But I'm also thinking maybe I'll just get some assless chaps to make the ass jerky.
okay,
easier.
hold on. Let me big and Van because I know what's coming.
All right. I'll wait.
If needs be, I will go downstairs and bring the chaps up and put them on live and show you that there is no such thing as assless chaps. Chaps don't have an ass. They were designed to cover your legs and protect you from brush and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll stop being triggered now. Actually, I'm still.
I mean, that's not
Fair
first-
point, man.
yeah,
Otherwise,
that's not
they're
the
just
first or
leather
last
pants.
time that somebody says assless chaps, but every time it happens, Van gets
Actually,
yeah.
Yep.
And Curtis, I sent you that broken down video that you requested.
I saw that. Thank you. I'm working on it now. But while I work on that, we need to get somebody else on stage to sling some poop, and we got nobody better than Dylan out there. What's up, Dylan?
And he's
There he
muted.
is.
You're muted, Dylan.
What an entrance.
I sure am. How's everybody
Harry
doing?
Henderson's loving ass muted. Let's just look
Yeah.
at him with
Listen,
like
Curtis
disdain.
ridiculed me publicly, and I had to mute myself.
Well,
Yeah.
I ridiculed him backstage. I'm
Now
about
it's
to
my
ridicule him.
No,
publicly.
it's on the
Yeah.
Facebook post. It was public.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I did. All I said was not it's shocking. That's all I said.
Listen, you know us
You
young
know?
people. You got to be
Yeah.
careful what you say.
So for those who don't know what we're talking about, our good friend Gina Marie posted a little thing that was like you're picking one of these furry creatures as like your companion pet. Which one are you going with? And it was a bunch of different,
ET is not for
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm sorry. ET was one of them. The rest of them were furry creatures. You had Ludo. You had like a gremlin.
Was Mac and me on there? You should have been.
Harry and the Hendersons and Falcor and somebody else. And like pretty much everybody's saying Falcor because like the dude can fly and you can go on his back and he's so fucking cute. He's adorable, right? And then this dude comes in and he's like, well, Harry is the one that looks closest to like Bigfoot or King Kong. So I'm going to pick Harry and the Henderson or Harry.
Harry
for
is Bigfoot.
Harry does absolutely nothing other than stay in your house and eat your food and be fucking annoying. But yeah, go ahead, Van.
Yeah, actually, go ahead and embiggen me one more time if you don't mind.
No, absolutely.
I'll wait.
So it's very fitting that this episode is it boggles the mind because it boggles my fucking mind that someone would choose Harry the Sasquatch over Ludo. I mean, come on, Sarah, friend. That motherfucker can call rocks. What the fuck is Harry doing other than sitting on the couch, eating your groceries, and probably grooming your fucking children? Yeah, he was a chomo. Yeah, I'm saying it here. Yeah.
Curtis, you have your hand up.
The only thing I would say if you go to that post and you see, I believe Matt Stein had made a comment about not needing Ludo to just follow him around, tell him that he stinks all the time, and I could see that. That would be the only thing.
I have Curtis for that.
Yeah.
I answered on IG. It wasn't on Facebook, so I wasn't publicly ridiculed for also picking Harry, Dylan, which I think is a great choice.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
I thought better of you.
You know what? Harry's out there Sasquatching it up, walking in front of this camera, being a total squatch.
That's what I'm saying.
Accurate. Yeah.
You know what? Let him be there. Let him be proud. Okay. And he's hanging out with John Lithgow. So,
who did you pick?
I picked Harry.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the IG post and start.
So I do.
Go
I
ahead.
do actually find it not ironic in the slightest, Curtis, that here we are in the midst of the Legend Daddies, and Oz is over here proclaiming bear love. To those in the audience, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and Google what is a bear. And it's not smoky. I'll tell you that.
Look, can we get your brother to come on and explain it to us, Van?
I mean, I can try and FaceTime him. I mean,
look, I have all.
This is Legends Daddies Prime. Over and out. Legends Daddies, roll out.
I gotta say that Legends Daddy Prime truck is pretty freaking badass.
Did you notice it was covered in leather and studs?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I love it.
I want a toy of that.
It's in that Dark of the Moon.
It's covered with studs, just like this show.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry if I sound like a total noob here because I'm not a huge Transformers guy, but who's the Transformer that's basically like Optimus Prime, but he's like a black version, like a Decepticon?
Nemesis Prime.
Nemesis Prime. That's what
it's just evil Optimus.
Yeah, it looks like that, but with leather and studs. Yeah.
I'm about ready to, see if I can contact Ace and be like, listen. We need a rig. We need a rig covered with leather and studs.
Right.
Now, if you were to simulate the assless part of the chaps, we'll say that assless part. Yeah, it's automatic. But if you were going to simulate that, I would have said, maybe leave the mud flaps off.
We got to leave off the mud flaps.
Yeah, no mud flaps. Let's see the back of them round old tires.
The trailer hitch. I don't know what it's called on the semi, but the receptacle that the trailer attaches to, actually low key kind of resembles an ass. So instead of it being like covered in gook and grime, it'd just be like chrome, and that would be the equivalent of the chaps.
Okay.
And maybe have like an Ace of Spades plug sticking out of it. I don't know. Just spitballing here, right?
Okay.
Ass jerky.
Yeah.
Ass jerky.
Yeah. There you go. Well, it's the start of the show. Normally at the start of the show, we do a little thing called pickups. And we're going to go there now. We always start off with Joe, but he just acted surprised like he forgot that we do pickups.
I totally forgot that we do pickups.
What are you new?
I love that we do this show weekly and he forgets.
So I'm going to start with Dylan, who looks like he's a little bit better prepared than Joe. Dylan, what do you got?
Okay, so I only got one thing in this week. I got in the
Bestly.
Yeah, Bestly kit for the Memory Toys, Medi Toys work. There's a whole. It's like French or something. The name, but
okay, all right. So explain this to me, because I've seen people put this together, and it's not something you just buy and it's like this. So where do you go? How do you get this? 'Cause it is very cool looking, but it also it's kind of like the CT Toys thing for me. Like people talk about CT Toy stuff, and then I'm like, okay, where the fuck do you buy that? Because it's not like
AliExpress.
They just sell it on,
So I got mine from Bestly Studio, who also sells the clothing kit. This is one of the heads that comes with the orc.
Okay.
In the package.
And he doesn't come with that soft goods, or he does?
No, the soft goods is an extra third-party thing that Bestly Studios offers. So they basically bought bulk of the bodies or of the figure and package it with the clothing on it. And this is a head from a SH Figure Arts Avengers Hulk.
Okay, so you buy the figure with the soft goods from them.
Yeah.
And then you get the head from a different figure completely.
So they have heads that casts of the face-off Marvel Legends Toy Biz Hulk.
Okay.
That they'll paint up to match this body, and you could buy it there, but it's like $50 for the head.
Okay.
Painted. So there's a bundle option where you could get the head, the soft goods, and the figure.
From that Bestly or whatever?
From Bestly Studios. I've seen the figure other places.
Can you put like a link in the chat or something?
Yeah, I'll send that to you.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll get that to you in a few minutes. Okay. But the orc itself, if you were to buy it on like Amazon or any of the other third party websites that would have it, he comes with this armor and the shield, 2 different big axes that are perfect for ogre scale, and they're light.
Interesting.
Yeah, what else does he come with? He comes with
that's some nice armor.
Yeah,
so, what are you talking really damage wise to put that thing together? Like for the head and the figure.
So the figure and the soft goods, I paid, I think it was $110 after shipping and tax and everything.
Okay.
And the head was from the SH Figure Arts, which is probably an $80 figure. But I've seen a lot of different people either 3D printing heads or
question on that real quick.
Sure.
So on that SH Figure Arts, is it one of those where it comes with multiple heads, and so somebody's trying to unload one of those heads anyway, to where you can actually get it decently cheap, or is it only comes with one head, and so the only way to really get it is to buy the whole fucking figure?
Curtis, I know a guy, if you need a 3D printed head for that's doing the same thing. Sorry to interrupt, Dylan, but he's doing the same thing Dylan's doing, and that'll save you going out and buying that SH Figure Arts. And it's literally.
Then you have to paint it, right?
Well, I mean, you know how to fucking paint.
Yeah, but listen. There's only so much time in the day, and I ain't trying to be painting no fucking marble figures.
Man, shut the fuck up. You can make a video of how you did that. How about that? How about how did Curtis paint this fucking head? Let's do that one.
Look, if you're just struggling with paint. Curtis,
Peter Johnson, you're in the chat. Mail Curtis ahead on me.
I know a channel, Art by Ackerman. He does these great videos about customizing.
Yeah,
and
fuck that guy. He's
really not.
Did you guys know I'm going to be on it tomorrow live at noon Eastern?
Never heard such a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe Jeff can paint ahead for you.
Sorry, Curtis. I just unsubscribed.
Shit.
Beautiful.
Let me get Logan up here. I'll have him unsubscribe too.
Okay, there goes about 20 subs.
Yeah.
I guess that's because I ain't got no Riz. I don't know.
Jordan, activate the bots.
So to answer,
don't forget the shadow accounts.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Let me. I just got something.
Articulation here, Dylan.
So this is what I just saw from Jeffrey. So this
that's the link that I used.
So this is for the head sculpt and the suit.
So they have,
and that is painted or it's not painted.
Everything there. That head should also be painted. That's the MCU style head.
Okay.
They have on. If you go to their main page and just type in Hulk, there's 3 listings. One is just the orc as is with just the orc armor.
Oh, there it is.
Then the other one is, it's basically a master link where you can pick
letters,
the body and the heads and the soft goods. So
okay,
I think it'll be that first one.
This one?
Yeah. And then the options are the kit.
That head looks like shit.
That's the face-off Toy Biz sculpt.
Yeah, that looks like dog shit.
I was gonna say that is a really tiny head for that body.
Yeah. I mean, look at the head that comes on the figure as it's.
Well, it just looks bad. It doesn't look as good as either this one or the one that you got, but okay.
But so going back to, you were asking about the figure arts. The figure arts comes with 3 heads.
Okay.
And it comes with this one that is on the figure arts.
Okay.
The screaming head that I had on the new one. And then I think this release came with the smiling head from when he says, "That's my secret, I'm always angry."
Okay. So you may be able to find one if somebody's just made their look and they've got extra heads. You may be able to find one on eBay for fairly cheap.
Yeah, I mean, you could if you do enough digging. I've done a lot of eBay searches and Mercari and everything.
And
it's a lot of
SH Figure Arts paint color, it matches it to where you don't have to do anything. It just looks perfect on it.
The only thing I had to do was the socket is pretty shallow.
The socket
so I
tuning?
had to,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I had to go in and dremel that out a bit. And the ball is a little bigger on the orc.
So you couldn't fit your balls in it right away?
No, not right away.
Okay.
But the paint match is pretty. This is just how it comes. Obviously, my lighting's not great.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a lot of pictures where
he looks like somebody stuck a carrot up his butt. Like that's the look on his face. Yeah.
Curtis, don't knock it till you try it, okay? You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's how they got Mr. Ed to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oz down.
Dylan, how many times did you dip your balls in it before you decided you needed to
open it up?
Open it up a little. Yep.
About 4.
Nice. Yeah, that looks cool. It feels like a lot of work. I would say if I were to buy that, I think I would rather pay a premium to buy it where somebody's already put all of that together and done all the extra legwork rather than
that's fair.
Trying to
Darla, if you're listening,
can
you log into Curtis's accounts and absolutely delete the art by Ackerman because he's over here being a lazy bitch and is not willing to demonstrate his painting prowess.
It looks cool.
Panel
I
is
love
only
it.
for legions.
Yeah. So what I like about it is it's that. I mean, obviously, it's like Spider-Man posable. This figure.
Yeah, that's not the head I'd use on it, but it looks good.
No, yeah, his neck is kind of skinny because of how small the orc head is because of the style.
Try it with the closed mouth head on it.
If I could get the ball.
Because you haven't opened up that. You haven't been able.
Yeah, I mean, it can get on there as is. Oh shit.
Dylan just broke all his shit.
I dropped it. It works.
Oh yeah, that's fucking way better,
it doesn't
man.
sit great.
But there's the facial expression's way better.
Yeah.
There's a closed mouth one on that site. On that same page. If you go back to that page.
All right.
There's a closed mouth version of that head that you didn't like.
Like you have to scroll through the other. Oh, there's other.
It's just one of the options to click to add the card.
Yeah.
I want more of that Frankenstein-y first appearance Hulk, just based on how the body is, because it's that more slender sort of Frankenstein's monster style, like the original Hulk.
It's really fucking cool.
Yeah. No, this is definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the coolest figures to come out, over the past few months that I've seen a lot of photography with and stuff. So yeah, really nice.
Which reminds me, you and Jesse on an episode of Shooting the Shelf had a picture with what I now realize was this Hulk.
Yeah.
What was that the guy that did the first mod of it? I thought it was the figure arts. So
yeah, I think it was Manto Maro, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's where I saw it from.
Pretty sure. Yeah,
I will walk that back, and I was incorrect.
Yeah, he did some amazing shit with it. So
the thing that's confusing with Best Lee's Instagram, because they keep reposting the same. We took the customer's advice and we're painting the head this way and whatnot. They post the same stuff over and over again, and then they do a lot of collab posts. So what it'll look like something from them is actually from another person.
Yeah,
so you just got to be careful where you're looking.
Can you collaborate that, Curtis?
Yeah, you don't want to get a megate, is what he just said. So, yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know. Awesome. Anything else, Dylan?
No, that's all I got in this week. I did have a couple of things to compare to this guy, but we could do that later.
Okay.
So you get two of those ogres? Or
no, I only have one for now.
Oh, and the one in front of you without the head is the SH figure?
Yeah, that's the figure arts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They look very similar.
So the articulation between the two are completely different?
No, I would say they're fairly similar as far as
bless you.
The style. Yeah, bless you. The style of articulation. This guy, because it's a figure arts, it's that hollow sort of everything's kind of floppy for no reason look. Like he has the
Bandai flop. Bandai flop. I call it Bandai flop.
Yeah,
you don't want to be floppy for no reason. That's
like
they make still for that. I think.
I think so.
Hey, maybe
this is the best.
Blue chew. Yeah. Put some blue chew. Yeah. It'll take care of that floppiness right away, from what I hear.
Actually, now that I'm realizing, the head sits better on this body after dribbling it out anyway. Nice. So I might do that also.
Excuse me.
So bless you. So here's a couple pictures from Manto Maro that he sent me. Like, yeah, that's fucking cool.
That's the same head that was on the website.
Yeah, it just looks better here. Like, I think
it's like that classic Hulk head more. Yeah.
Is he doing interpretive dance there on the right side? I, mean,
I think so. Yeah. It's that Olympic break dancing.
Yeah, that's from the cover. He's holding up the Incredible Hulk logo.
I think
he's thrashing in the mosh pit right there. That's what he's doing.
Yeah,
it's a rage dance.
Yeah.
Nice.
I see him. I don't know. Perhaps transitioning into a swan or some shit. I don't know.
Just saw this little curtsy. William's coming by here tomorrow. His wife and my wife are watching the Rumble. I'm gonna be watching the Rumble too tomorrow, so I'm excited. It's like the only pay-per-view that I have to watch every single year. So
Van, he's ditching us.
Is that a wrestling thing?
Heard.
I'm gonna try to make it if I can, but I told my daughter I'd watch the Rumble with her. So they used to do it on Sundays. It used to always be on Sunday. And then they started doing this thing a few years ago where they started doing the Saturday pay-per-views, and it totally fucked up everything. So,
well, they said it was because they thought they'd get more viewers if people didn't have to work the next day.
Right.
So
I guess
it's kind of the whole reason I do my show Saturday nights.
All right, Joe, what do you got?
It was a slow week, but I did get a Lee, and I went ahead and did a little swap where I put
the
Magnus helmeted head on them and the Gold Knight pauldrons to kind of give a fully armored look. So this will be the third Lee in my collection, trying to build out that squad. So
I'm not sold on the double belt across the chest with the stand, like, you know, holding it up, like pushing it up to his throat. But other than that, looks awesome.
Okay, well, he doesn't fall off my shelf like your Red Jet does, so I'm just going to throw that out there.
Fuck you, man. That's too soon. Too soon. That just happened before the show.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh, no, Curtis, look at me. I can't fall down. Yeah, track it, buddy. That was pretty much it. Like I said, I had a slow week.
I think that's a very underrated figure, especially with the extra like arms and legs on it. Like,
there's so much cool stuff that you can do with it. I definitely agree. It is underrated, and if you have a lot of extra leftover parts from other figures, you can throw things on to give each one a unique look. You could have a little army of Lee that are all like unique and cool looking.
I will fully admit that I think that head looks not great on the Lee J, the normal head, and the helmet, like the pop-on helmet, just doesn't have a great fit and it doesn't look right to me. So I don't like that look, but he's a head swap away from being an awesome figure, and then he comes with extra parts too. Like, yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, I personally like it, but I mean, to each their own. It's really easy to fix. That's the great thing about Legions.
Hey, Joe, I like that you like it.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I support you, brother.
Jeffrey Evans, I saw you with your hand up.
Yeah, the colors. Do you see? Do you think it's more? It's part of Flock, but it's more Army Odysseus, right? Like
it for me sits in Army Odysseus. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think the factions are color specific. That'd be like saying that Vorgus Vermilius doesn't fit into the vampire faction because he's not wearing black and purple.
Yeah, but his armor's made of blood.
I mean, I think the other vampires do make fun of him.
They do. Oh, they definitely
behind his back.
Yeah,
not to his face.
Sure.
They all sit around listening to the Cure, making fun of them, and then he just comes in and
just like,
shut up.
Well, plus he's not like a real vampire. Like, he's just a dude wearing a suit, right? Like, the rest of them are actual vampires with
He's like
their
the
purple and
Iron
black.
Man.
And they're like, then there's this guy who's just wearing a fucking suit and he's hanging out with us, but he's not really one of us.
You totally just made him the Iron Man of Ilithia's brood. Like, he's not even some super powered Avenger. He's just a normal.
He's
dude
arguing with the other
suit.
vampires, and they're like, "Put on the suit."
If you read the bio, I'm curious to get everybody else's thoughts on this, because if you read the bio on Vorgus, he's not a person. That's like, that armor absolutely absorbs and eats whoever's wearing it. It's fucking enchanted armor.
Right, but anybody can wear the armor. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to be a vampire in order to put the armor on.
Thank you.
Right,
Jordan,
but the Demon Brothers gave it to a vampire. That's the character that we got a figure of.
But we also got a second figure that's supposed to be a different version.
But also a vampire. So apparently vampires are the only ones dumb enough to keep putting the freaking armor on.
Yeah, no, he's a demonic fleshlight is what I'm hearing. But,
he's a don't, if you will.
Yeah, there you go. A sleeve. He's a cock sleeve.
All right. Well, to finish out the top row, we got Jeffrey Evans. Jeffrey, what do you got for us?
Oh, I got a lot.
Will you transform for us live?
Oh, nice.
Nightmare Batman.
Nightmare Batman BS from McFarlane.
Nice duster. That is like the rubber goods, right? It's not like soft goods.
It's latex.
Yeah.
Silicone. Latex goods.
Gotcha.
No, it's rubber.
Yeah.
Rubber plastic. Yeah. But I might do a mod eventually.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
That's going with your Green Lantern stuff.
I saw that this week. That is cool looking.
I don't care for the head.
I wish they.
I was gonna say, is he supposed to be eating an apple in that pose, or
climaxing?
I don't know. He's trying to fit in Dylan's balls. We may have to Dremel it open for Dylan's balls to fit. So.
Damn. Oh fuck! What is that?
It's a swamp thing. I don't know why they went with that color scheme, but yeah,
because he's from
because
Planet
it's
Ran.
from the comic book.
So on Planet Ran, the vegetation is red, so he turns the color of the vegetation when he goes.
But have they done that sculpt in the standard color?
Yes.
Have they? I don't think they have on that.
I haven't seen that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get that this is from a different, but you would think that they would put out like a platinum version or something where it's, like the normal.
Oh, is it a new swamp?
Well, they don't do platinums with the mega figures.
Yeah.
Do they?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I just think it's interesting to put out just a red one, but now we got Jeffrey frozen. So
if only we knew somebody who could fucking use their airbrush to paint that the color they want it to be, then Yeah.
We should just leave Jeffrey on. We all log off and just leave him on like this the whole time. See if he gets. He's back. Oh, there he is.
Look at that. That was like fucking street magic. What he just did there. He turned a goddamn swamp thing into a fucking GI Joe vehicle. Holy
magic.
shit!
It's funny because
he just pulled a David Copperfield on us. Holy shit!
Am I freezing?
And the
flowers
are still standing.
I wonder where he was hiding it.
Look out, Chris Angel, Legendary Prime, coming for your top spot in Vegas.
Can people hear me?
I think
we can hear you fine, Jeff. You just have like one frame every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think your video is freezing, but your audio is fine. So
it's probably my Wi-Fi.
So what did you have besides after the Swamp Thing? It was some sort of GI Joe vehicle.
Yeah, it's the Stinger.
Okay, now you're good. Gotcha.
Now, how did you turn the Swamp Thing into the Stinger? That's what I want.
Yeah,
because I'm Legends Daddy Prime.
There you go.
Enough said. Jeff Ray has spoken.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, but wait.
There's more.
Ooh.
Kuga.
Nice.
Oh,
I don't like those much, but still cool.
Muscle version.
Oh, now you're just getting crazy.
Now he's flexing like monsters in my pocket style colors for him. You son of a bitch.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
love monsters in my pocket
because I want Fresh Monkey Fiction to do the actual 6-inch line when they get to it.
Yeah, you do.
I told my ex I had a 6-inch monster in my pocket, and she just laughed.
They're the ones doing the Monster Force, right?
Yes.
Prove it.
Gotcha.
Is that Strife or is that Professor X?
That's Professor.
I'm sorry, it's Warlord.
Warlord, Professor X.
Yeah.
Only with the head swap is a Professor X. It's Warlord with the helmet on.
Doesn't he not look like that in the book?
He did.
Isn't he different colors?
On the actual cover.
I thought he was like purple.
So in order to pay for all these toys, are you just like turning tricks during the week, or what's the?
Oh my god!
Back to stripping.
You don't want to know.
Curtis, that's very kind of you to sit there and help a self-employed upstart business. I appreciate you.
Support local. Yeah.
Go ahead and drop your link. If people want to catch you under the underpass and throw some toy money at you,
that looks nice. I like that. Yeah, that's cool looking.
Retro card, Snow Serpent.
Yeah, we need to go back to the Arctic episode.
That's my favorite one, Jeffrey. That's my favorite one right there. That's dope.
Yeah, I didn't get the mainline one, so when this came back out on retro, I was like, hell yeah.
I did, but that's the one. I had a lot of fun childhood memories of that guy right there.
I want to find the Arctic Bat. That was like the number one that I still.
I missed that too. That's a good one.
Very cool.
Yep.
Got the regular bat.
Nice.
Is that what you're going to paint in the customizing studio tomorrow or whatever?
Are you coming to MesquiCon?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna have some Joes for sale at MesquiCon.
I was gonna possibly hit you up about that box before you even take it, so you know you have to travel with it. So I'll talk to you on the side.
Yeah, I'll get you a good deal. I got a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Filling in my Dreadnoks.
There we go, my boys.
Fan. So
yes,
I got Ripper. I got
best part of GI Joe right here.
Yeah,
the Dreadnoks.
I agree with you, Oz.
Appreciate you, man.
Especially in the cartoon, I love their fucking accents.
Oh man,
yeah, they're fun. I haven't got Xandar yet. I need to get Xandar.
He just came out along with.
Along with you.
Iron Brigade, Iron Grenadiers.
Yep, Iron Grenadiers. That very cool.
I saw the Iron Grenadiers Trooper today, but I've yet to see a bat.
Home will you make it?
Well, you just saw a bat.
You like to see Homer naked?
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, man, it's cool. We get it. You like to see homos naked. That's all right.
Yeah.
Damn, boy, I've been that.
What the fuck is that?
Damn, Jeffrey, you got more toys than my Target. Holy shit.
This is after he got everything that was in stock from Four Horsemen during the in-stock sale. Just remember that, folks.
And this
All right. I'm
This
pulling
is-
line from clerks here. Did you like suck 37 dicks on your way through the parking lot to get all these?
No dicks, only vaginas.
Okay.
Still going with that?
Yeah, we're gonna hear on the news tomorrow about Jeff being arrested for holding up banks.
Just transforms, roll through the wall, pops up, yells, "I'm Legend Daddy Prime, shooting the shelf sent me," and then he grabs all the money and pulls out.
Send my toys to Chris Ackman. So this was my number one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I grew up with. It traveled with me. It went from Pennsylvania to Florida one year when we went to Disney World, and when they announced or showed the 1/12 version, I was like, I will need this in the collection. So I got the Soar Surfing Mikey.
Furious Figures wants to know if you need an assistant while you're working the street corner.
Is there an assistant prostitute? What do they do?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's a fluffer.
Yeah,
is it like a
down or
is it like a mentorship program? What yeah.
How do you do it? How do you do the corner?
Got to be a
What's the process?
mentors and
parameters?
mentees.
Yeah, is there an unpaid internship that you have to start with, or how does that work? Do you need references, Jeff?
We need parameters.
I've got all the references. All the references I need.
All right.
I use Imperial. I don't use metric.
Building out my steel core. So I got the two-head steel core.
Just call it what it is. Steel Battalion.
Yeah, somebody definitely didn't honor
Steel Brigade
dry
was the original.
January. So.
And then I got the Steel Commander with the
Curtis, he's making up for you.
Yeah, no shit. And then some.
So how many of these are for Curtis since he wasn't buying toys all month?
I'm stock buying it for him.
It's like this is how he got around it. He just sent Jeffrey to buy everything for him.
Wow.
Would you just hold up the Hasbro truck? Jeez.
No shit. This stuff definitely fell off the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And this was all just since last week.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He got in all that in
right
stock
now,
stuff
there's a
last
very
week.
faded Hasbro rep around here.
He also has 15 cartons of cigarettes. So yeah.
I like
Oh, no.
the wholesome Warlock, Jeff Creighton, Omega Relics persona, and reinvested.
Yeah.
That's it. That's who was behind the whole thing. It was Jeff.
they fucking Scooby Doo Omega pull his face off, and it's Jeff underneath it. It was me the whole time. And he would have got away with it too if it wasn't for Terrence.
Oh man, I can't believe we just went there.
What do you got for us?
Sorry, my eyes are tearing up here because that's funny as shit. All right, so my glasses just broke while we were live stream. That really sucks. Oh shit, man. Yeah, that just happened right now. But I finally got my stuff from the in-stock sale. It was on its way last Friday, got here last Saturday. So got my brown leather armor. That's right, leather knight. We got the need to grab just a single extra gas bar. Sand sausages. No sausages with that one. I was supposed to get another Ninian infantry, but this dude showed up instead.
Oh,
yeah, he did.
Yeah. So wrote back, of course, customer service, emailed him this week, and just paid for the extra night, and then my Ninian infantry should be here tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
beautiful.
So wait, they accidentally just threw that in
there? Well, not. I mean, they were supposed to put an Ninian in, but they put that in instead. So
yeah, but now now you can throw some red wings and a red demon head on it and be part of the Joe Gonzalez Cool Kid Club.
Did you just say red
wings?
The blood armor demon. Blood armor.
Well, what I'm actually going to do, and I already let him know, I'm sending this guy up to Bud. He doesn't have too many legions. I don't really need the extra parts. But Bud has a Vorgus Vermilion. I figure he can do some cool pop and swaps with some of those pieces and still put it together and get that. Maybe give a little extra head or something there. A little extra head or two in the
head for that.
Got to give some extra head.
Wow. Okay.
Easy there, Jeffrey.
I might start sending some stuff to Bud.
Hey, Oz, get off my corner. All right.
Yeah.
Hey.
You go down the street around the corner.
Clip that,
Look,
please.
Yeah.
Look, there are enough lonely
50 minutes, 19
there.
seconds.
Yeah.
Look, they call me gone in 60 seconds. Let me show you why.
they call me.
Ooga. These Legends daddies are on fire tonight.
All right.
Feeling something.
Dude, next we've got Van from Purple Gang in the house. Van, what you got for us? Oh, I know you got that mimic.
Did he just give us a Dylan salute? Like, what was that?
Yeah.
The Dylan salute.
I got a Glyos.
Glyos.
And another Glyos. Actually, hold up. What have I done?
There's some nice Glyos.
Some purple Glyos.
No,
I'm liking that.
No.
I'm digging it. Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, give us a little spin. Give us a little spin with
There
it.
you go. Oh, there's that 360 action.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
He's got a gun tail.
And he's got a teeny little Glyos friend. He might actually be my favorite.
Oh,
ooh, he's got a little buddy.
nice.
Little DP action.
Yeah, exactly. And then I do have the Mimic here. Like,
oh, yeah.
Curtis, when you're able to
very great review.
Get one of these sons of a bitches.
That is really cool.
Dude, it really is. And like you can because you can have a tall Mimic, you can have like the arms coming out of like the sides.
How has Joe Gonzalez not bought this yet?
Yeah, Joe, you need this, dude. Yeah.
Because it has skeleton arms and feet, and mimics don't have skeletons and arms and feet in D&D. So I didn't have that. I didn't have that urge to
you can pull those out. They all come out.
Yeah, that's true, Joe. You can just have a chest with a tongue.
It didn't speak to me. Yeah.
Look, Hasbro hasn't given us a Mimic yet, which really
maybe you need to put its tongue in your ear, then it'll speak to you.
Yeah. Clearly
Hasbro did that weird transforming one that like turns into dice. I don't know.
I didn't like any of those. Out of all the monsters they were putting out, those dice ones were the least impressive.
Yeah. Yep.
And
I don't know.
I can't talk about it yet because I haven't completed a review, but yeah. I didn't get like 7,000 strapping military lads like Legends Daddy Prime, but it's still a good game.
Yeah, we can't compete with Jeffrey. There's no point in even trying. So obviously I'm still trying to complete dry January. It's the last day of January. I still have not made a new toy purchase, so pretty happy with that. But I've had some fun. So I did get, and I've talked about this on a couple other shows, but I got this, the Muff Toys, Protector of Metropolis from Trevor.
Gotta love the Muff.
This thing is just fantastic. I think this is my new favorite figure. Like, if my house were to burn down tomorrow, I would save this thing first, and then I would go back for my family. So,
Darla, leave him now.
Really sorry about that, Darla.
Yeah,
really sorry.
You deserve better, Darla, and buddy, you also deserve.
It's not like she doesn't know, Curtis.
Hey. Don't go jump.
So that's
Buddy the dog.
That's my only like new toy. All right, but did have this for a while. Hadn't opened this yet. It's the Monkey King mug that they put out with the last in stock sale. I know it was before that. It was when did we order that? Oh, with Ghost of Christmas Past, because that was in December. So they had that stupid tumbler thing, so needed this to complete the mug collection. I had some fun this week just kind of playing with the toys that I do have. So put this together with based on Joe's kind of build. I went with the angel wings instead of the demon wings, mostly because I have 27 Xenothons, and so I had those red angel wings fucking everywhere.
Looks good.
I like it. I'm a fan. Then I started taking apart my Sphexians to make new Tusk. So this is one of those. I'm going to be converting all Sphexians, all Sphexians to Tusk at this point. So there's one.
Is that
there.
like a disease they get and then they just turn into tusk?
Yeah, they shed their bug parts and become
Curtis,
cool.
Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes.
Are you rocking Deb's ponytail tonight?
Yeah.
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 I noticed the side pony. I hit you up in the comments, and apparently enough people hit the like button because a 1-6 shooter has awoken from his nap and taken his shawl off. And
he says he could use a nice shield. So yeah, Trevor sent me an awesome shield, which I have with my Blaze Bear Shadow Orc. So Trevor painted this amazing shield.
Holy shit!
And I put it with this Shadow Orc. Yeah,
damn,
he did a
Trevor
great
sending you shields, and I can't even get a text message.
So,
Trevor should stay in his lane.
No.
Trevor
has no lanes. Trevor can do whatever he wants. So
I'm kidding. I
Dylan
love you,
talking shit.
Yeah, I got some since Trevor's here. I have to say, so the other week on Legion's Lounge, Trevor said that when I had sent him Aetheron, that I hadn't included the feet, the extra feet. And I was like, that's crazy. There's no way I didn't. I just took the figure and sent it, right? And I was cleaning up stuff and found a bag of Aetheron feet this week. So, Trevor, I will be getting those Aetheron feet to you because somehow, however many years ago I sent you that figure, I found the bag of feet this week.
So what you're saying is that you accused him of being a fucking liar, and then you realized that you were wrong.
I mean, from a certain point of view, I guess you could say that.
Ouch. Gotcha. Okay.
But I just didn't. It didn't seem like something I would do. But yeah, I totally did that. So
look at how cool Trevor is about it, though. He was just like, "Oh, cool."
Curtis, can we address some of Trevor's comments?
He's just saying that he's been up since 6 a.m. MFer, and he'll be up after you go to bed, Ginger.
I'll go ahead and give you a preview for tomorrow night. More than likely, the reason he will be up after me is his enlarged prostate because he has to go piss every 30 minutes. So,
wow.
You, Trevor.
Here's another one that I was playing with and just kind of put together after I took apart that Sphexian. This is just with some parts I had laying around. And threw a little duster on there from the Midnighter that I picked up from like one of our local stores. It was like $6 for that Midnighter, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool duster. I'll take that." And so I like that guy. I did put together this red jet with some of the black arms from a Fisher Rice. I did not put the head on there yet from. We saw that on Instagram photo on the shelf selections last week from the red Magnus from the 2-pack. Haven't done that yet, but I'll probably add that after Jeff and I do our little play date tomorrow, which will be fun. And then last but not least, so Darla has been working on some capes. We've got a little project we got going on with Wolf King Customs, and she has 2 capes that we are working with that we've sold in the past that have done really well. And then we wanted to do something new. So this is the new one that she has just put together.
Awesome.
Which, it can be used a few different ways. So you can actually put pauldrons over this, which kind of hold that fur down a little bit. And you like put it on an armor, like a knight or something. But when I saw this, I was like, I want to see what that looks like on Torian. And I really liked that it gave him this kind of like big wintry furry look to him. So it's a really nice piece that she did here. It's got chain across the front, but it's actually held on. There's like an elastic strap that goes behind his back and around the arms, and that's what holds it on. So that the chain in the front is really just decorative. It's not actually holding it in place. And then she tried out some new wire for around the top that's a little bit heavier than what we normally use so you can form it around the top of the figure depending on what figure you're using, and it just holds it really nicely. So yeah, I'm really a big fan of this, and I'm glad that she made me one to keep instead of just the ones that we're sending out. So
Right on.
And the fur is a new element too, right?
Yeah. She hasn't done anything with fur before, so this is kind of a first there.
Got them capes with the
But yeah,
fur.
she did a great job. So that was it. I just had a lot of fun just playing with toys I already had this week, and it made me excited for some other stuff. Like I haven't opened a Scourge yet. I've got one upstairs. I've got some other things that I just have never gotten into. And so I think I'm just, while I'm not buying new toys, I'm just going to keep trying to like have some fun with the toys that I've already got. So, yeah.
Good on you, Curtis.
Yeah, Joe.
Well, I didn't know we were doing pop and swaps. I actually did one this week that I like. I'm buying stuff, but I still like to play with my toys.
Yeah.
So I did.
Ooh.
Yep.
Fury Magnus.
Fury. It's a Fury Clan Barbarian. So.
I see some Masterverse in there.
Yeah, the cape. I had this Masterverse cape, so I thought that would look.
I really like that.
And the rest of it was just extra stuff that I had. So
what's that cape come from?
King Grayskull.
Oh,
yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
Law speaks the truth and only the truth.
And the purple on the loin piece is the same as the purple on his forehead. So I thought that was.
Is that Rhaegor's dagger strapped to his chest?
No, he's only employee studio people got that. So.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's no, that's cool. No,
Curtis, Curtis understood the assignment.
No, that's cool.
What's going on?
I did forget one other pickup that I got this week because it wasn't something that I was bought. This was something that I was given. So went out last night, had a pretty good time, and I was hanging out with my friend Brianna. She had a friend who made a bunch of these like 4 years ago, was trying to sell them, never did. But ended up hand sculpting and hand painting
my mother-in-law.
Van's mother-in-law. And I'm told his name is Dorco. Dorco. So yeah, it's just something real cool. Local artist here. They're on IG, called That Ginger Chick. But a local Baltimore office and artist rather. And yeah, it's really cool. Had a bunch of them. Didn't end up selling them at all. So just after a couple years, giving them all away. The bummer part about that is too. It's like when they were coming out, she was charging like $60 for it, which, as you guys all know, like especially around such a customizing community, this stuff that is like handcrafted, hand painted, all that stuff, totally worth that amount easy for the amount of work and time that goes into it. But the problem is like even the person that suggested that she make these then ended up going out and buying one from the store that Hasbro made for like $30. But I mean, this is badass. I'm glad to have Dorco hanging out on my desk with me.
I hope somebody hit that person with a car repeatedly.
Right? That's kind of how I felt about it too after I heard that story. I was like, wait a minute. Recommends to go make these, right? Yeah. Spend all the time making them and being like, yeah, I've made all these. And it's like, oh, that's cool. I just got one from Target. Like, what?
Yeah, that's an asshole move.
Total dick move. But I think these are great. And again, that Ginger Chick on IG, she does a lot of local stuff here in Baltimore. So check her out if you want to see her.
What you go by in North Carolina, Van?
What?
I thought that was your moniker as well.
That's Tatted Ginger Chick.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Ginger Chick.
Underscore, yeah, that's me.
I'm signed up to the OnlyFans. I know, Van.
Gotcha. All right. Well,
real quick, since you guys are showing off Pop and Sops, I put this guy together.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Just a regular Valiant Knight with a Xylurnian Guard helmet and the retailer Father Christmas soft goods under the waist piece and a fur collar from the Black Series Range Trooper.
Interesting.
I was really
Yeah,
happy
dig
with
it,
how
man.
this guy came out.
Can you
Looks
tell me
good.
about that pickup on your right?
Hold on one second. The Father Christmas robe, then that like you put, what did you cut out that waist piece so that it would go over it, or how did that work?
No, I just I fed it through the hole in the waist piece around the ball joint,
And it
and then
still
popped
popped
the
the ball
torso.
joint in there? It didn't
Yeah,
like
it's super tight.
Slower.
It's super tight, but it actually keeps it from splitting in the front
interesting
because of how
okay.
tight it is in the
So
waist.
it looks like an actual Bardic versus
I like
the.
that.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. Are we
That's
still
what-
talking about what he has in his hand?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Just
you.
in the hand you can't see though.
We're just
The
talking
hands
about
you
how tight
can't
it is
see.
around his ball.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we heard the same thing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I had to Dremel that out a little bit.
Dylan, was
Like
the Black Series?
Yeah, swing on by. I'll Dremel it out.
What was the Black Series again?
The Range Trooper from Solo, the snow
Range
guy.
Trooper. So okay.
The big chunky snow trooper.
Yeah,
no, we
I
don't
like
have
I
to
like
be
that.
going.
I like that collar.
Not cool.
Yeah. No, it just pops on the hole in it, goes around the neck.
Sweet.
I tucked it under the pauldrons. I kind of wanted it to be hanging over, but it's a thin, really thin piece of fabric, so it kind of sits weird if it's not tucked in.
Okay.
Apparently, you got a fan out here. Says that you're the 5 greatest customizers all yourself. So
that's Dylan's alt account.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What I'm actually finding out here is that the way Jeffrey can afford all of those toys is he's taking notes on everything that Dylan's saying, and when he sits down at his desk for his 1-900 number on Monday, he just spits all those out with that legendary voice. And
yeah, definitely.
He's just raking in the dough from there.
900 number. That's awesome.
Makes sense.
Is that still a thing anymore?
I don't think so. I do not think so. That
No,
died in the
OnlyFans
90s.
pretty much killed the 900 numbers. Yeah.
All right, next we've got Event Horizon, and not the movie that gives you nightmares, but just
still pretty excited about that.
Stuff that we're looking forward to. Yeah, anything out there? Anything come up this week, Dylan?
Yeah, Curtis already told me he doesn't give a fuck, but Scream 7 announced that Matthew Lillard is returning as Stu.
Now,
which I'm
okay,
very
now
excited
I
about.
don't give a fuck.
That's
I
fine.
will say that I am not like the expert on these movies or
Mhm.
horror in general. But from what I remember, wouldn't it have been better to keep that a secret rather than share that with folks that he was coming back for the movie?
I think that's the
why
only
they-
way they're thinking
Yeah.
anybody will show up.
Interesting.
Yeah, basically, there was a big leak with the third movie with the script.
Gotta go fast.
And they had to completely rewrite the movie because it got leaked. So I think now they're like, if we don't tell people and it gets spoiled right before the movie comes out, people are gonna flip. So we might as well just tell them now.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. That I'm kind of all up on Marvel again now, obviously, with all this Hulk shit. So I'm kind of excited for Captain
As
America.
opposed to monkey shit.
Yeah.
He's normally all about the monkey shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but because I got this Hulk figure and now I'm super excited to see Red Hulk and Captain America.
Okay.
If you're interested in Hulk shit, you need to speak with Jeff Ray. He is the expert on Hulk feces as well as jizz.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Is it all green? Is my question.
Not according to Jeff Ray.
I don't remember.
He's not turning away business. You don't get all those GI Joes by refusing Hulk shit. You just don't.
Wasn't even
How many times did
actually.
Hulk-
It wasn't even actually the Hulk. It was a guy who had green talcum powder and a pair of those really cheap Hulk hands.
Oh, damn.
He's like, I'll call you Hulk, but
So
Hulk butt.
You had mentioned the Captain America movie that comes out in February, right?
Yep,
on
Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's.
Yeah,
Okay. Gotcha.
because that's
That's
romantic.
the weekend of my birthday too.
Okay.
No shit. All right, I'll see you at the movie theater. You know what? As a matter of fact, Dylan, you got a Legends Daddy Prime ZJ on me for your birthday.
Wow.
Thank you, Van.
Are you Van? Are you bringing the popcorn with the hole at the bottom?
You know, I'm just paying for the ZJ.
Okay.
Look, that's where all the best popcorn is, down at the bottom.
Very nice. What else? Anything else that we're excited about coming up?
Necronominus is at the port. Some of the containers arrived, so
yes,
I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Yeah, now I remember.
Thanks, Schmerber. I really liked how that came. I love that Marvel Legends Angel figure, but I just did not like the hair that was just sculpted in one color, and they just left it like that. So, yeah, I knew as soon as I got it, I wanted to work on that hair, but I was happy how it came out.
Yeah,
so
I can't wait for the Hulkhead episode. So
yeah. He doesn't have time for that. Joe.
I think one that because the channel is really based around customizing and mostly customizing Legions, and so I don't have time to work on shit that's not Legions. But I do try to mix up some stuff, especially on my What's on My Desk Wednesday, because that's just kind of whatever I'm working on. So the only project right now that I'm like that's not Legions that I think I'm probably going to work on soon is repainting the Doomsday from the McFarlane 2-pack with Doomsday and Superman. I really wanted to hit it with a black wash and darken up the trunks a little bit, and just that figure is sculpted really well, but the paint job is half-ass. So I may work on that this week. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I get what you're saying about doing the Mythic Legions, but something like what you did for the hair on Angel, that's a little bit harder to do with the Mythic Legions figure because the paint apps are already like better than.
Well,
like,
I did
they're not just.
So what I did with that video was I did some sculpted hair for a Mythic Legion third-party part, and I did the Angel. I was doing the same paint job, but I did it across two things. So what I might do, like with that Doomsday, is try to find something else that I want to apply a black wash to or something that and do them at the same time. I don't know. So
yeah, but
it's okay something like this.
Yeah, that's a no.
Hooga.
No.
Excited.
What? Yeah, Jeff.
Cosmic Legions character packs.
Oh yeah, yep. Cosmic Legion character packs. We've talked about that a few, but yeah, cool stuff. Eric did a great job. I think that goes on sale next week?
Next Friday.
Should be, yeah, because they just
Friday at 7.
Today is the last day to get the book and the Silver Knight.
Sunday night.
Sunday night?
Yeah.
I thought it was today. Okay.
No. Today was the last retailer pre-order day for Reign of the Beast.
That's right.
And on the book and the night, like they will be available through retailers. So it's not like you can't get it, but I will say, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I was on with Jeremy on Wednesday, and something he said that really surprised me was that the book sales were not as good as they had hoped it would be. Like he said, it's not doing bad, but it's they had hoped for better on the book sales. And I don't know, man, I tell you what, that having that physical media, even if you can go to like Source Horseman and see this stuff, like having that physical media and Trevor's work is pretty fucking awesome. Like I can't wait to get that. I ordered that first day. Especially since it wasn't a toy, and I really needed to make it.
You're jonesing to spend money.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how, if you're a fan of this line, how you pass up on that book. That's going to be so cool.
So I got the question from the wife today. What are you going to do with a $50 book? Are you just going to stick it on the shelf and not look at it? And
that's my plan.
And then she goes, "You don't read books, so why are you getting a book?" And I was like, well, it's not the story book. It's the resource book. I'm going to use it to know, okay, this figure has this figure has this backstory or how it was created, and then everything else in the book. So
don't you have to read to get that information though?
Maybe
I actually have all the
outfits.
figures, and I'm still super excited just to get the book. You know what I mean? And be able to flip through. And there's going to be added content, some behind the scenes stuff in there. We'll get to learn some new things, about the development and stuff.
And I'm gonna have Joe read it.
I'm really excited for
it's
it.
all good.
So
there you go. That's a solid plan.
So before Dooch dropped off the face of the planet and just kind of disappeared, he and I were doing a series on the MYP where we were reviewing each episode, and we were also reviewing the toys from the 2000.
We miss you, Dooch.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just like disappeared. Like we were recording every Friday. He's gone. Yeah.
Kurt, if everything goes well tomorrow, I'd be happy to finish that series with you because I have no idea anything about that. So I would learn something about doing it with you.
I would love to, but unfortunately, we were recording it on his channel. Like I was a guest there, and now it's just not happening. So I don't know what's going on with Dooch. But one of the things that we were doing is going through. They have like a Motu book like that from Dark Horse. It's got like the picture book with all the toys and stuff in it. And we were going through that and reviewing it. And I think I would like to do something like that with this book. Like, on my channel, have somebody on, maybe once a week or once every couple weeks, and just go through like one of the waves and talk about like the figures in it, the pictures that they got, the any of the write-ups that they have in there, and just kind of talk about it. I think would be a lot of fun. Yeah, Joe.
Well, if you need somebody that has all of the figures, just let me know. So
I would love to if you ever like get time off and record anything with me.
Well, if you wouldn't want to record stuff at like middle of the day, thank you very much.
Here's what I think happens. So I will message Joe and I'll be like, hey, what you doing right now? You wanna record something? And I think what's happening is he's sitting at home, not doing a damn thing. He's playing some video games or whatever. And he's like, I don't want to fucking talk to that guy right now. And he's like, oh, I gotta work. I'm at work right now, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. All right, Joe. That's what I think is happening.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Now that I'm not working like outrageous overtime, I get off at the same time every day. And Curtis is messaging me 4 hours before that. Like, hey, you want to record something today? And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm at work at this time every day. Like, he knows. He's just sitting there like, hey, I'm going to mess with Joe now. I know he's at work. Time to message and see if he wants to do
since
something.
When did playing Sonic the Hedgehog become work?
The way I play it, it's work.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Playing Dig Dug. He's not actually a miner. He's just playing Dig Dug.
So here's what I'll tell you, Joe. Tomorrow I've got a play date scheduled with Jeff where we're going to do some popping and swapping of 3 cosmic figures.
And I'll be at work. During the show.
But I've got another one coming up with Jesse where we're going to do the same thing with the 3 2.0 game figures, the male and female elf and the female orc. So we're going to open up all 3 of those and just pop and swap all the 2.0 parts amongst them. And I know that's something that you probably have as well. So if you'd like to join me and Jesse for that, we can definitely schedule it at a time where you're not working. And, we can do a 3-way. Well, we'll just stop there. We'll just do a 3-way.
Yeah, that's my favorite kind of way. So
3-way play.
Yeah. So, all right. What else? Anything else you guys are excited for?
I'm going to BegaCon next weekend.
I'm sorry. What was Joe?
Yeah.
Or Jeff?
Go ahead, Van.
Oh, I'm excited for the pop and swap episode that you invite me on, where I bust out the neck of Richard Simmons' head and put it basically on
everything. Yeah. That's cool.
I'm a one-trick pony. That's all I got.
I'm excited for that too. Just saying.
Yeah,
that's cool. And then Jeff, what do you have?
And the MegaCon next weekend, so I get to hang out with Jeremy, Jim, and George.
Nice.
Hopefully, some other Legionnaires, Caballers, and stuff. So,
of course, you don't have any toys left to buy because you already bought them all. So,
I'm actually going to pick up some Poxus Wave stuff.
Right on. That's a good wave.
I'm missing some of that because I was so cosmic last year. So, gonna pick up an Arakagor, Arazak, and Thrace for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Threes is a must have.
Swing by that Mesco booth and get you a Biker Gomez too, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
I love that Biker
I might check
Gomez.
out the Mesco booth while I'm there.
Yeah.
All
if
right.
you do, stop by and tell my buddy Paige that I said hello, and let him know that you're looking for that Vortex Gomez, because the Amazing's there. That's actually somebody, I don't want to throw it out there, and he may not have one, but if there was one person that would probably have that Gomez and, part out the mech suit or something like that, Darius might be able to help you.
The Void Cadet. Okay.
Yeah, the Amazing. Yeah. That's
I'll probably run into him and ask him.
Yep. Tell him Van said howdy.
Will do.
Yeah, then that'll probably fuck your chances of getting a good deal. But no.
just tell him shooting the shelf sent you, and transform and take all of his stuff and roll out like he did the bank.
Now,
there you go.
Now, if it was Toy Bro, you would definitely have an in, by mentioning Van's name because
no.
Because Van introduced Toy Bro to everybody at Legions Con multiple times. Like,
dude,
each person
he fucking hated it. Yeah,
he would say 10 times, "Hey, did you know this is Toy Bro?" So.
Was that in the Popeye outfit or out of the Popeye
outfit? That was out of the Popeye outfit.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, Joe? Any video games coming up that you wanted to make mention of, or anything like that?
Sonic and Tails?
Nothing pops to mind. It's been a week. Being sick and everything. I haven't been very focused. I can't think of anything right this moment.
The thing I'm looking forward
Benny,
to
I've got you.
Other than
we'll talk on the side.
Other than hanging out with Jeff and having our play date, the other thing I'm looking forward to this weekend is I am at the end of my evil playthrough on Baldur's Gate 3. I have just accepted my role as Ball's chosen one. And
chosen Balls.
Yeah. And I'm ready to go fight the big bad and
so did you do did you just play an evil character, or did you go the
I did the Dark Urge route.
The Dark Urge. You did?
Yeah.
Okay, right on. How was that? Is it my question is there a lot of things that happen that you wouldn't normally pick, or
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but and I thought it was going to be pretty difficult, but then like early on, I had to do something really terrible, which I've already kind of mentioned a couple of, but I had to cut off Karlach's head, and like after I did that, after I sliced her head off, it was like, okay, there's nothing else that's going to make me feel as bad as this did. So then it was like, it was kind of easy from there.
Easier after that, right on.
Yeah, but it's been interesting. So. So we'll see. I'll finish that hopefully this weekend, and I'm gonna accept all the power for myself and just be the big bad myself. So we'll see how that goes.
There you go.
Can we get video?
Baldur's Gate 4, you got to kill Curtis. So
yeah, there you go. And then I'll have to plan my next playthrough. So, which by the way, Joe, I know we, spoiler alert for people, but we've got a Shooting the Shelf coming up on, let's see, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. We are doing an early Shooting the Shelf so that we don't conflict with the Super Bowl. And we are going to have Joe Gonzalez and Emil Wickman on early. And Emil just finished his first playthrough on Baldur's Gate 3.
Ooh, hey.
Nice. So we are planning to have a very nice talk about Baldur's Gate 3 while Jesse just sits there and can't contribute anything.
Right.
So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. When did this?
I actually never finished it. I still haven't finished the game.
You haven't finished it? Oh my gosh. I've been giving Emil shit this whole time, and here you got me turned on to it and never finished it yourself.
I don't even know what it is.
It's just one of those things when stuff comes up and I just keep trying to get back to it and I'm never able to, but I might have to try and push and get at least part of it. Get close to the end.
You got 2 weeks. Are you where you at? Are you at least in Act 3?
Is Baldur's Gate
Yes, I am.
Okay. Yeah, you should be able in 2 weeks get it knocked out. You could. Yeah, I have faith in you.
We'll
is that a Dark Souls?
I'll give it my best.
Elden Ring type game.
Yeah.
That would be a question for Joe because I've never played those.
Is Baldur's Gate 3 like Elden?
Is it like Dark Souls or Elden Ring?
No.
Is it more like Sonic the Hedgehog?
It's an RPG, so kind of it's modern, but it's a CRPG style where it's Dungeons and Dragons. Like if you watch Legion's Quest, it's like a good version of that. So
what would be a video game that you would compare it to?
Baldur's Gate, the originals.
That isn't Baldur's Gate.
Something. What's a popular?
Just in terms of
RPG?
like the play style.
Is it turn-based?
Is it like
is
Golden
turn-based,
Axe, but with like
I guess Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy.
Like Final Fantasy is an RPG. That's a JRPG, but the style is similar, like how it plays.
And what is JRPG stand
Japan? Japan has its own style of RPGs.
Oh, okay. Usually
ones that are developed in Japan are called JRPGs because Japan has like their own style. It's kind of like.
Are they shorter or?
No, no, not at all, not at all.
Oh, okay.
It's just.
Do they have troubles driving? Is it?
They. I mean, it's. The culture in Japan is different. So like you're more likely to have a cat girl or a cute little stuffed animal or ride around on a duck looking creature.
If you collide with them, will they like shoot golden rings everywhere?
I think you're thinking
that
Sonic
was developed by Sega. Yeah.
I think Jeremy dropped in the chat a good comparison: Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I mean that's a classic BioWare RPG. It's that one's a little bit more.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking, Joe.
We're all having all sorts of.
Oh no, Joe had a stroke.
Trying to describe Baldur's Gate 3 for Joe.
It was good.
It's a great game, though. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It is a really good game. Yeah, really good.
I just found out about this.
Finish, but it's good. So,
I just found out about this like just now. Got my nipples a little hard. Apparently, Henry Cavill is going to be playing James Bond next.
Oh, is that? That's been.
I thought that was rumored.
I've heard rumors of that. Has that been solidified?
There was apparently a post about it yesterday that said it's official.
I'm good with that.
What?
He's a little jacked for James Bond, but
right, like he's.
Well,
finally lands James Bond.
Instead of body shaming him, maybe the other James Bonds should have stopped fucking skipping leg day and showed up with the dedication that Henry Cavill's putting in. I don't know, maybe.
I can't wait to see his Warhammer.
See, I'm looking.
Oh, Jeffrey,
that sounded keep it clean, Jeff. Come on.
Yeah, come on. This is
I'm looking that up, and I'm seeing
easy Legends
like
Daddy
things
Prime.
like will Josh O'Connor be the next next James Bond?
Nope.
And stuff,
Just wait a minute. No, here now. This is something from 2024 about it, where it says he finally lands the role 2 decades. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell these days. That
I know they've been rumored for a while.
Off
fake news.
Somebody should really fact check all that
in the
stuff.
Deadpool movie, Benny.
Yeah, that was from page Movie Zone 421 and posted yesterday. But they were saying it's official. Henry Cavill will be the next James Bond. But yeah,
Really?
that's the only thing I can find though. And again, an old article from IMDb from last year saying that he landed it.
Blake says that Henry Cavill is Titus from Warhammer. So
Titus.
Yeah, that got confirmed.
Yeah. So
it is.
I do love Titus.
Let's see. Next, it says this week at theaters. I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna move Primary Objective up first because I'm really excited to get.
I was really excited for the movies, man.
You want to do movies first?
Yeah.
I'll do movies first for you.
Do it.
While I get the movie thing ready, Hey, let's take a look at that intro again.
Laredo, take us out.
Take her out.
Every Friday night, join the fun and let's go off-world. Geek out with us live, where the nerdiness will thrive. Buckle up and let's go off-world. Toys, comics, pop culture news, movies and so much more. Matthew, Jesse, Curtis and Sean are your guides on this fun-filled tour. Take flight each and every Friday night. Join the fun and let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Let's go off-world. Hey, hey, hey. Let's go off-world tonight.
Woo-hoo and choo-choo. All right, here we go. Random number generator.
Why did we restart the show?
We didn't restart the show. We just played the intro again for Van.
Yeah, stop asking questions.
Yeah. Normally Van would ask for us to play it again, but he didn't. He was being very
understanding,
sweet, and not trying to badger us about the intro. And I was like, you know what? Let me throw this dude a bone.
Okay,
appreciate that.
Did that make you happy, Van? Did that make you?
We landed on 1995. So for those of you joining us for the first time on this is where we're time traveling back in time. We are landing in 1995. We're going to go into the movie theater the same week that we're in right now, but in 1995, and we can see any of the movies that are top 10 for that week. So here we go. We got Jantober 31st. All right, here we go. Number one at the box office this week was Legends of the Fall.
Great movie.
In the early 1900s, three brothers and their father living in the remote wilderness of Montana are affected by betrayal, history, love, nature, and war. Never seen it.
Holy shit, Curtis. What? That's a great movie, dude.
I mean, it's sad, it's stressful, but...
Yeah. Next, we've got Highlander, The Final Dimension. Deceived that he had won the prize, Connor McLeod awakens from a peaceful life when an entombed immortal magician comes seeking the Highlander. So apparently there can be only one. I don't know. Next, we've got Doomb and Doomber. After a woman leaves a briefcase at an airport terminal, a Doomb limo driver and his Doomber friend set out on a hilarious cross-country road trip to Aspen, where the beer flows like wine, to return it.
Fucking right it does.
Next, we've got Nobody's Fool. Stubborn man past his prime, reflects on his life of strict independence, and seeks more from himself.
Is that
Trevor?
No, I don't believe that is Trevor. Hold on, let me go back.
Yeah,
wrong one.
No, Nobody's Fool.
Yeah, pretty sure that's Paul Newman, but he is wearing a hat, so maybe that was where the problem was.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong one. Higher Learning is next. We've got people from all different walks of life encounter racial tension, rape, responsibility, and the meaning of education on a university campus. Feel good movie for the whole family.
Ooh, it was not a feel good movie. Damn, Curtis.
Next, we got Murder in the First. An eager and idealistic young attorney defends an Alcatraz prisoner accused of murdering a fellow inmate. Extenuating circumstances, his client had just spent over 3 years in solitary confinement. So next we have Little Women. Jo struggles for independence and sometimes clashes with her beloved mother and sisters, Meg, Amy, and Beth. Oh, that's so cute.
Who doesn't like midget porn?
She also contends that their cranky Aunt Marge their impulsive neighbor Lori, and kindly linguistics professor Friedrich Barr. So there you go. We've got House Guest. In hot water with the mob over unpaid debt, a con man poses as a family friend in an affluent Pennsylvania suburb. So next we have Disclosure. Computer specialist is sued for sexual harassment by a former lover turned boss who initiated the act forcefully, which threatens both his career and his personal life. So, and last but not least, we've got Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. High-level demons collect low-level demons as warriors in an attempt to obtain a key containing the blood of Christ. The key is guarded by immortal warriors called Demon Knights. So those are our 10 movies that are at the theater. We are starting at the bottom here with Van. Van, what are you seeing?
Yeah, no, I mean, Legends of the Fall is number one for a reason. It would almost be more of a which one am I not seeing at this point. There's some really great movies on there. I'll stick with Legends of the Fall. And Curtis, I highly recommend you see that movie. Really
Terrence says he had a terrible date seeing Legends of the Fall, so just keep that in mind too.
Yeah. That is not a date movie.
Gotcha.
A date movie.
Okay. I will be adding it to the list though. Let me do that.
That's really
now.
good, dude. Yeah.
While I do that,
killed it in that one.
Okay. While I do that, Jeff Ray, what are you seeing?
Legends of the Fall.
Oh, okay. All right. 2 for Legends of the Fall.
Yep. The Legend.
Because I'm Legend Daddy.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, Oz. What awesome movie are you seeing?
Definitely gonna go watch Legends of the Fall.
Oh wow, 3 for 3.
Well, Highlander.
Highlander's my number 2 too.
I wouldn't go see that movie at a theater though. That's the problem. Like,
that's the third one. Is that the third?
Yeah, it's the third one.
But that's when he gets the katana.
Okay.
He had the katana in all of them.
No, he gets the katana. The story of him back when he was in feudal Japan, and he gets the katana for the first time.
Kevin McCoy.
Well, I'm gonna move myself up because I don't want to ruin this 3 for 3. I haven't seen it. I don't know, but maybe I could be swayed. So I want to hear a couple more folks. So I'm gonna go to Dylan next. Dylan, what are you seeing?
I'll be seeing Demon Knight.
Okay.
Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Classic Billy Zane being wacky. Thomas Hayden Church. That movie's so much fun.
I wonder how well it aged though.
I think it holds up. It's fun.
Okay.
He was funny as fuck in that one. Yeah, no, I agree with Dylan. It was a good movie.
So we got 3 Legends of the Fall and 1 Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Joe, are these the one of the 27 movies that you've seen? And
I've seen 2 movies on this list.
Ooh.
So
I'm proud of you, Joe.
I mean, this is a good week for me.
Dumb and Dumber and Little Women.
But would you see those 2 again?
Yeah, both of them are actually really good. And it's Dumb and Dumber and what I'm going to go see with Dylan, Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight.
Ooh,
it's worth watching just for that scene where he punches the guy in the face and his head gets stuck on his fist. I remember laughing in the theater so hard at that, and nobody else was laughing, and it was super awkward. But yeah.
But did you boo a proposal?
No, nothing that harsh. Jeez, I'm not a monster.
All right. Well, okay. So I hear we got 3 for Legends of the Fall. We've got 2 for Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. I will say, looking at this list, not a huge fan of the Highlander movies. I liked the Highlander TV show, but I wasn't a fan of the movies. Dumb and Dumber, I think, is highly overrated.
Agree.
Not a huge fan. I will say the thing that didn't get any love here that I'm a big fan of is House Guest. I really love House Guest. It's a fucking Sinbad in his prime, like being Sinbad. great fucking movie. Phil Hartman plays an excellent straight man. Not to say he's gay. I'm just saying, like, you know, like I'm saying Sinbad is being
He's
like silly through the whole
comedian.
movie, and he's just like straight. Yeah, there's like the, you know,
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about
white
Jeff
collar, like button up, you know, straight, you know, whatever guy. So yeah, House Guest is really funny. I was actually thinking about seeing that until I got to the bottom, and I'm definitely seeing Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. Love that. I loved all of the Tales from the Crypt shows, the movies. I'm eat that shit up. I love it. So I am going with Joe and Dylan. We split it up. Bottom of the half of the screen is seeing Legends of the Fall. Top half of the screen is all going to Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Those to me were the two best movies on the list.
Yep.
So let's check that out. The chat. We had Vine Jungle Figure Factory says great costumes in Demon Knight. Obviously, he knows a little bit about that with his kind of
just
horror experience. Yeah. Benny says going with Legends of the Fall all the way. So scrolling. Kevin said Brad Pitt and Legends of the Fall will ruin a date night for any guy. So I can see that.
Yep.
Guay says I'm going with Joe Dumb and Dumber, but Joe didn't go with Dumb and Dumber. So
I just said I had seen it. Gee, sorry, man.
Yeah. He went with
unless he was calling them Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
J Mac is saying Demon Knight had a sweet soundtrack. I don't remember what songs they had, but that doesn't surprise me. I'll have to take a look, but I think I'm gonna go back and watch that too. I'm putting that on the list.
Yeah, same.
I actually haven't watched it since it came out, so I'm probably due for a refresh at some point too.
I will say I tried to watch.
Okay, I got the soundtrack.
Okay,
You've got Pantera, Ministry, Megadeth, Melvins, Biohazard, Sepultura, and Gravediggers.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's a solid soundtrack, especially from the 90s.
Yeah. Man, what was I gonna say? I went to try to watch from last week, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Wasn't real impressed. Didn't even make it through the movie. So
yeah, same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love me some Sam Rockwell, but yeah, just I don't know. Wasn't my thing. So but yeah, maybe we got some from this week. I'll check out that Legends of the Fall. And it sounds like it's not really a feel-goody thing, but you know, we'll see. I'll check it out. Let's see. G says, hell yeah, dope artist right there. Gravediggers is highly underrated too. So
I missed Machine Head, Rollins Band, and Filter.
Oh,
those are all awesome bands also.
Also.
Actually, Gravediggers is the only one that I can't place in my head who they are, but I had albums from every other artist on there.
Gotcha.
So long ago that I actually bought CDs of their music.
Hello, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Pantera was actually the first concert I ever went to. Pantera, Anthrax, and Coal Chamber.
That is a dope lineup.
Hell show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking it's pretty impressive. Other than Phil Anselmo was so drunk that he didn't even remember any of the fucking lyrics. But other than that,
well, now it is time for a little segment that we call "I Can't Find It."
That's a weird name for it.
Boggles my mind.
Primary objective.
That's a great segment.
Yeah.
Were you talking about your beak there, Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're talking about things that just, I think initially what I told Jeff was things that hurt your brain, and I think he went with boggles the mind or something, just like things that like you think about and you're like, man, I just don't understand that. Like, and it's not so like the example that I gave Joe today was like, here's what it's not. So it's not like, hey, some people are into feet, and I don't get that, right? It's not that, because that's just like a preference. Like that person likes that. I don't like that. I don't get that. But like the example I gave him was like, there's some people that are into like pain when they have sex, like the whole like S&M thing. And my brain can't wrap around the fact that you're getting hurt and somehow deriving pleasure from, like, I can't wrap my brain around that. So
Really?
this is kind of the thing we're talking, but it doesn't, all of these things aren't going to be sexual. I'm going to kick it off because I'll tell you what led to this and like where this came from. Because this like broke my brain. Like I like spent days thinking about this. So I'm seeing this little reel came up on my feed, and it's this lady talking about how she knows that we're in a simulation, and she's giving her example of how she knows we're in a simulation. And I'm like, okay, well, this should be interesting. And she goes, okay. She's like, think about your car, right? You're sitting in your car, like you're driving your car, and if you needed to reach across the car to, you know, touch the other door or roll up the window or whatever, like you need to reach across, you can reach across the car and do that, right? All right. So there you got that. So that's one situation. Lock that in your brain. And then the other one is like, have you ever been on a bus, right? You go on a bus and you get on the bus and there's an aisle down the middle and there's 2 seats on this side, 2 seats on that side. And it's, you know, big fucking thing. But both of those vehicles go down the same lane on the highway. Like they now granted, one's going to take up a little more of that lane than the other, but both of those things, the one that you can reach across and touch the other side and the one where it has an aisle down the fucking middle and 2 seats on each side, both can fit on the same lane on the road. Like my brain can't wrap around. Like it feels so much different. Like from the inside, like if I put myself on the inside of a car versus the inside of a bus, feels so much different on the inside that those two things should not fit on the same lane on the road. Like it hurts my brain to think about. So that's kind of the first one that I had. But does that make sense? Or am I like, you guys are like, no, you're a fucking idiot? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a measurable thing. I mean, you can take a tape measure and measure the size of a car. You can measure the size of a bus and then measure the lane in the road. Mm-hmm. I don't see how that. I guess I'm not grasping how that.
And I'm sure there are measurements that that like somebody could give me the measurements, say, oh, the measurement of a road is exactly this, and this is how much. But it doesn't feel like spatially that should work. It doesn't feel like when I think of an inside of the bus, it doesn't feel like that should be able to fit in the same lane that my car does. Like I don't know. It just doesn't. Yeah. I don't know. Dylan.
I could chalk it up to a perception thing. When you're in a vehicle, also kind of the same thing as when you're driving. You see the road in front of you as you are in the middle of the lane, when in reality you will always be a little bit to the left. Just because of where the steering wheel is in the car. It's all about perception.
Yeah.
But I do understand.
So that's my first one. We'll just wrap around. So Joe, what do you got for us?
Okay, I think mine, what breaks my brain, I have a hard, and now I didn't do any research on this. Maybe somebody will give a reason or something. It's income tax and sales tax. Why is our money taxed twice? Say you earn $1, right? You earn $1 and the government's just like, okay, we're going to take 10 cents from your dollar, right? Okay, fair. And I have no problem paying taxes. The government needs money to fund programs and repair roads and do things.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's not my problem. My problem is then if I go to purchase something, if I buy it, they tax that same dollar again. And can I finish? Just
go ahead.
Real
just whenever you're done. Okay. Yeah.
And then they tax that same dollar again, and it seems like our money being taxed twice doesn't make a ton of sense to me as far as why we are okay with it.
So what I would like to one up what you're saying, because in certain situations, and it's not there's a lot of different laws and stuff that take place, but like here in Missouri, right? I make a paycheck and I get taxed on it, like you said, and then I go and I say I want to buy a car, right? And I buy a car, and I get taxed on the sale of the car. And then each year after that, I also get a personal property tax on the same thing that I paid tax on when I earned the money. And I also paid tax when I bought the vehicle. And now I have to pay tax each year on the property that I own that I've already paid for. So I'm actually getting taxed 3 times on the same thing.
Yeah. And that just, that boggles me how like in the past when this all went into place, which was, I mean, long before we were probably even thought of, but
yeah,
at what point were people just like okay with that? Like, yeah,
that
go
makes
ahead
sense to me. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's that's okay. Dylan.
I think the reason is fuck you.
Greed. No, I get that. Yeah. That's not my problem. I know why the government does it because they want our freaking money.
At some point somebody was okay with it enough to put it through.
Yeah.
And
Joe's
nobody
issue,
fought it. Nobody was like, hey, this is fucked up. Yeah.
Joe's issue is that people are
the Boston Tea Party, they threw the tea in the harbor over 2% sales tax. 2%.
Are we still the only country that does sales tax?
That is not okay. We're throwing the tea in the harbor. Now our money is taxed 2, 3, 4, however many times. Don't even get me started on inheritance tax.
I think
how
Oregon does not have sales tax. I think, and there may be one other state. I'm not sure, but
Delaware doesn't have sales tax.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, it's one of those things that boggles me that the government can dip their hands and people were just like, yeah, go ahead, it's fine.
Alaska, Montana, New Hampshire also.
So okay,
go ahead, Oz.
Well, just about the whole tax thing, the whole Boston Tea Party was technically due to being taxed without representation.
Right, but we still aren't being represented because who's okay with it? That's my problem.
According to elections, we technically voted these guys, all of them.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's our representation.
But they're not.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
What makes that even worse is the people who live in DC who are taxed and are not represented.
Right.
I don't know if you guys are aware of that. Like, we're all very aware of it here in like Baltimore, in Maryland and Virginia. But the people in DC, they pay taxes. They have to follow all these laws and everything else. But they have zero representation in the United States government to be
they're
like
a district, not a state.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's really like, you're our nation's capital. And yet you get zero representation.
Probably why there's so much crime there.
It may have a little something to do with it. But yeah, that's kind of messed up.
It's a good one, Joe. I don't know how, like we accept it because that's the way it's always been. But at some point, it wasn't the way it always had been. And somebody proposed that and people just, went along with it. So I get it.
Yeah, here, take our money. It must have been during a really good time in the country's economy. Where people were like, we got extra, go ahead, take it. Because that ain't right now. Yeah.
Dylan, you had your hand up.
Oh, yeah, no, I just wanted to say how, like, even from state to state, if you're saying base level, and I know it's not just 3, there's a whole thing with what you get taxed for. But my dad and I, since we're in New York, but our jobs are based in Jersey, we get taxed for both.
Yeah.
So it's even more of a problem than just state to state.
Yeah, it's a crime. It's a crime.
Same thing here in Baltimore, right? Like, if you live in Baltimore County, but you work in the city, so you're taxed federally, you're taxed by your state. If you live in Baltimore County, you get taxed for Baltimore County. And if you work in Baltimore City, you get taxed for working in the city, taxed for living in Baltimore County, and then again taxed by the state, and also taxed just for being in this country.
I didn't ask to have
the shittiest place on earth.
Well, and we don't see where a lot of that tax money goes too, because I know California has the highest state tax right in the entire country, and I spent a lot of time in Southern California last year, and their road construction, like, it started, but never seemed to progress in the entire year of me going twice a month. Like what are these taxes going for too? I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't have a problem with taxes, and I'm not complaining about paying taxes. It's just the amount of times that the government is able to dip their hand in, take that money, and at some point people were just like, yeah, take our money. That's fine. You know?
Yeah.
Dylan, you're next.
Yeah. So mine is the internet. How does the internet work? How can you go on to your little square box flat thing that folds open, go log in, whatever, go on, and then tubes made of light send what I type on here to Joe in Nevada or to Curtis in Missouri.
I'm in Nevada, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Not in New York, you're not.
Definitely right about the tubes. See, Dylan, you're really young, so you may not remember this, but there was a brave man named Al Gore who invented the internet.
I was waiting for that one.
And set up a series of tubes across the United States.
Work is my question. That's what I don't get.
You got to ask Al Gore, Bear Man Pig. He's the one who knows. And
that's why I don't get it, because
when your internet's slow, you need to call Al Gore and have him come out and snake your tubes so that it gets that free flow again that I had before.
Well, and I hear what Dylan's saying, and I can almost wrap my mind around the whole tube concept. It's when all of a sudden the wireless gets involved, and now you're dealing with like stuff with satellites and stuff. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm done. Like I'm not.
See that I could wrap my head around. It's how can I pick up a phone? And the same thing with like phone lines. I pick up the phone and I'm talking to someone and it goes through a wire in the sky. That just doesn't make any sense to me. I understand
satellites. And not only is it happening, but that's happening so quick. Like I can call some, like we're talking right now, right? And it's taking all the information that's coming from my camera, my microphone, and it's shooting in here. And you guys are hearing it and able to respond instantly with me. And I'm able to hear you back. Like, it's not like there's a delay. Like, we're recording here, and then there's like a 5-second delay for the people that are watching us. But that's like a YouTube thing. That's a streamer thing. But like for us, we're able to have a conversation back and forth instantaneously. I don't get that. Yeah.
It actually. Oh, go ahead, Ben.
Whoever. Yeah.
I have the answer for you right here.
Alien. Gotcha.
Well, I was going to say, even going back to radio waves, you know. There's a point where a transmitter is sending out an invisible wave, and a little box in your living room in the 1930s was catching that wave and decoding it and turning it into a person's voice for you to listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's real science there, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Oz, we're up to you.
You know, the human condition as a whole.
Okay. Break that down a little bit for us.
So, like, we're all here, right? We all get to make decisions. You know, we have this thing called free will.
Okay.
And, like, we're the only beings on this planet that have true, like, sentience.
That we know of.
Right. That we know of, right?
Yeah.
And again, you would expect that if there were other sentient, intelligent life on this planet, we probably would have found it by now.
Unless
I know there are things with dolphins,
communicate with them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like there's stuff like that. But I mean, like as a whole, as a species, right? Dolphins have not constructed cities and technology and everything else
that you know of.
Well, I mean,
again, I think we would have found it if they have.
There's
No,
certain
not really.
ocean
The ocean,
for having opposable thumbs that kind of help with that. But
pull the data
I mean,
on
there's
how
and there's
unexplored
stuff
the
that like
oceans are.
beavers, the way that they construct dams and stuff. Like there's some intricate shit that's put together by some animals. But yeah, that we're able to definitely do things that other species have not ever been able to do.
Exactly.
And not only that, but we don't know of any of it from the research we've done on even the other planets within our solar system. So it's like, yeah, it's not even our planet. Yeah,
like it breaks your brain. Like numerically, yes, numerically, the odds, the numbers crunch down to it's basically impossible that we are the only species in this vast universe that are of intelligent life, kind of thing, right? But here the fuck we are.
What, those paper mache aliens didn't convince you?
Oh man, I was totally believing, but again, that human intelligence made me realize, well, that's a bunch of shit.
I once saw a gorilla do sign language, Oz.
Hey, you can.
I
see
actually
we spawned from them. So
I watched a program with a theoretical physicist that he was talking about that the universe is so old and the Earth has been populated by humans for such a short period of time that the chances of another culture existing even in the rest of this massive universe is probably unlikely. That there could have been a very Earth-like planet somewhere else where a culture, rose and was similar to us, and then went away. And after ours goes away in the future, there might be another one. But the chances of them, existing at the same time, where aliens are traveling from another galaxy to poke in the butt here on Earth, is very unlikely.
So what about the stuff that was declassified, where Congress has actually confirmed UFOs and shit?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, again, it's UFOs, unidentified flying objects or unidentified flying phenomena.
Basically, we don't know what it is.
We don't know what the hell that is. We don't know if that's necessarily sentient life as we know it, again, right? But just this idea of where we're at and how we are, like, it really breaks my mind to think about that. Same thing with just the universe in general being infinite.
Run, hedgehog, run.
I actually heard a fun theory that I like about human intelligence too, about us evolving to where we're at right now. So the theory of evolution says that any creature, animal, is only as good as it needs to be able to survive, right?
Hell yeah.
We have obviously evolved past that with our human intelligence, right? To the point where we as a culture are destructive, right? We destroy biomes and things like that. This theory is that human intelligence is actually a negative mutation. Okay, being this intelligent is
it's a virus, Mr. Anderson.
Right. I hate the smell of it.
Back to that.
But that is why humans are naturally destructive. It's that we shouldn't have the capacity to do the damage that we do, but our negative mutation human intelligence has allowed us to be, a virus on our planet.
Hedgehog says, "What have I stumbled onto?" Hey, we're getting fucking deep tonight.
This is
okay? This is off-world. This is off-world going deep.
I'm going to argue Joe's theory there.
I just want to say real quick to that, Jonathan, what do you expect when you turn into OffWorld? Like a well-structured and refined show. You knew what you were
coming in here thinking that they have certain expectations that they're going to get like actual good content or anything. Like, don't come in here with that kind of shit.
Not on this channel, buddy.
Right?
All you gotta do is look at the thumbnail and you know what you're getting yourself into.
All right, sorry, Van, you were saying
with Joe's Joe's the Kool-Aid he's been drinking on the theories on human evolution and stuff, and the capacity for destruction and violence. My counter argument to that is I quite possibly have in my possession, 2 floors down, the dumbest fucking dog that has ever walked the earth. And he'll tear shit up all day long. Like, he'll just fucking destroy it just to destroy it. I mean, he was having a blast with a box of fucking Kleenexes earlier. And I don't know.
I believe you, Van, but I'm just saying we ain't dropping your dog on Hiroshima. It's just not the same level. Sorry.
Why not? Why not? I mean, can we start a GoFundMe? Drop that motherfucker off today.
Okay, Jeff, what boggles your brain?
So, sort of on that same wavelength, how is it that we still have creationism versus evolution? Like, we have so much science and so much information and research and stuff to say evolution is the way that we became humans, and yet we still have organized religions telling us that no, that's incorrect.
Well, I think it's one of those things that throughout time, okay, and I'm not trying to sway anybody one way or another. I'm just answering your question. Throughout time, there's been a lot of shit that we haven't known, and people have made about assumptions about shit. And then when they, somebody would just say, no, you're wrong. This is the way it is. And here's the proof. And then years later, we would find out that maybe even that was wrong and it was something else. I think there's so much that we don't know that it's easy to sit there and say that, well, science says this way and that explains this. And then you get to a point where science can't explain it. Like, okay, you get down to the Big Bang and you, okay, well, why did that happen? How did that happen?
And the Big Bang is a theory, by the way. They don't.
But even that, you get to it and you're like, okay, well, how did it just start? How did that? Well, something happened. Okay, well, what happened? So yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that we're capable of ever knowing the answers to all of this stuff and everything that you have, whether you have thoughts based on what you call science or what you call religion. It's still just your thought. Like, nobody really fucking knows. But go ahead, Joe.
I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's an atheist about this, and and again, like Curtis said, not trying to sway anyone anyway. It's just that science isn't very comforting. When you have loved ones, or like say a child passes away, the thought that they're just going into the ground and that's the end of it for them is not very comforting. So even if you don't believe in religion, it's really easy for me anyways, to understand why people would want to believe in something like that, that the thought that there was a higher power, that there's somewhere that you go after you die. I think those are all really reasonable things to want to have happen,
Counterpoint. Now, I'm not saying organized religion or beliefs can be in that fashion. I'm just saying evolution versus creationism. Like, did we really just pop on this earth?
Yeah, but there's people that believe that aliens brought us here. I mean, there's always going to be some people that just want to fit into their own group. I get what you're saying, and I agree with you as far as not understanding everything, but I think that people are always looking for a place that they fit. And sometimes that place that they fit is a weird place.
And even evolution, like the stuff that you're calling science and labeling as like facts is changing all the time. Like they're now saying that maybe dinosaurs actually had feathers or had wings, like T-Rex might have actually had wings instead of those short arms in the front. Right. Yeah. Like, it's based on shit that they're putting together now on what they're finding from years and years ago, and they're making assumptions and things based on that. So
they don't call them assumptions; they call them theories.
Yeah, whatever. But it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, so I don't know, for any one person to think I know 100% what has happened is pretty fucking asinine. Like you're just never gonna know, you know. So
yep.
Yeah.
Boggled me.
Yeah. Van, you're up.
Whew. Let's see.
We know this is a lot, man.
I'm probably going to say there's a lot of things that boggle my mind.
I've got a whole fucking list, man.
Yeah, first and foremost, why anybody's still watching.
That is the number one every Friday.
I don't know why I'm still
people
watching.
tuning into this.
Well,
the numbers have actually gone up. I don't know. It's weird.
I want to clarify that because I can explain why people are still watching.
Go ahead.
They're waiting for the return of Dooch's chair.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And that's why viewership has gone up. They're just waiting.
This is a good one. Why do people like Andor? That's
yeah,
because it's that last shot of the first season. And you're like, ah.
They're hoping that there's going to be that scene like at the end of Rogue One where Darth Vader's just a fucking badass, and then it just never happens. So, all right, sorry, man, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish more things surprise me than they do. I guess the whole human experience and how people can just be so fucking narrow-minded and just absolute assholes. Not even to get into politics or anything like that, but turn on your fucking TV and that'll boggle your fucking mind. Watching the news and some of the shit is, I don't even want to get out my soapbox, but that's people boggle my fucking mind.
That's
that negative mutation.
Yeah.
That's
why I didn't jump into it too far, because it just goes down that hole of really like
that shit. I just can't even like.
The fact that we have
first of all, I haven't listened to a news channel in probably 20 years. I just don't do that. It's just not. It's not something I do. And for people that like, listen, I understand if you're happy about certain things. I understand if you're mad about certain things. But people that feel the need to every day fucking live in that space and like post on Facebook constantly and comment on Facebook and about how shitty things are, how great things are, how whatever. Like, it's like, dude, I'd rather play with toys. I would so much rather play with toys than be in that fucking space. Like, if that's where we have a very limited time on this planet, unless you think we're reincarnated or something, that's more power to you. But we have a very limited time on this planet, and I'm not going to spend it fucking hating on a politician or loving on a politician or whatever. Like, they don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about them. Yeah, let's talk toys. But yeah, I don't know.
I like
that's
all.
All right, we're back to me, and I've got a whole fucking list here. But here's one. Okay, all right. So we're on a planet, right? And this planet is spinning around and fucking around, like so fast that like you can't like travel around it as fast as it's spinning. And then that planet is then rotating around the sun, right? So we're fucking going around the sun, and then that whole solar system, right, is like that's all moving, right? Like everything's fucking moving, and yet, like I can feel like I'm standing still, right? Like I can.
And that, officer, is why I couldn't walk in a straight line.
But like I can fucking just take a nap. Like I can I can sit on my love seat and fucking kick back, and I feel like everything's like nothing's moving, and I can relax and sleep and everything's fine. Like that boggles my mind. Like the fact that we're moving through everything so fucking fast, but it feels, because we're, I guess, part of that whole thing, it feels like we're standing still. I don't get that. Like the perception that you're standing still when you are not still, like you are anything but still.
That always reminds me of the conversations about teleportation.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler would bamf out and then appear in space somewhere because the Earth is moving at like 1,000 miles per hour.
It's the thing with the blip. When everyone gets blipped back, they wouldn't be in the same place.
Oh yeah, like some people would have been fucking flying through the sky, and then all of a sudden the plane's not there anymore, right?
Well, not even
like,
just that.
Like they're just fucking falling. Like you blip back 5 years later, and you're just free falling from 10,000 feet. Fuck.
Well,
it's like, well, this
even
was a
if
really
you want to
shitty
say
experience.
that it would respect that you are on the planet you're on. If we're to go by like the laws of the cosmos, you would be like whatever 20 million light years in a different part of the solar system now.
Oh yeah,
because of how everything.
Because the entire
that's why time travel's
our
kind
solar
of fucked
system.
up, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's also because y'all are still probably those fucking dumbasses that believe the Earth is round.
Oh, I was going to get to that if we went for another round of this. I was going to say, I don't understand flat earthers.
Don't steal some of the boggling. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what's so fucked up about like thinking about time travel, because like if I time traveled back for this week in theaters and I went back to 1995,
You
right?
can go back, you can't go
like
forward.
You can go, even if you could go back in time, you're not going to go back in, you're not going to go where that space is, because the world was spinning at a different spot and you were rotating around the sun at a different spot and the whole fucking galaxy was moving at a different, like, so you'd be totally just out in space if you time traveled back to 99.
No, the
95.
time machine calculates all that.
Oh yeah, it does.
It's
It's
yeah,
basically
again,
And
time
it's a hot
machine can
tub.
calculate where you previously were,
Okay.
but it's just having its best estimated guess of where you're gonna be if you go to the future.
Yeah, but like
Could end up in a
like
bar.
a man that's never met Rufus or jumped into a fucking telephone booth. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna throw another, because I got a whole list. So I'm gonna throw another one before I go to Joe. And I'm sure you guys have heard this before. Like the brain is the only like organ that named itself. Like that boggles my, that the brain thought of what to call itself. Like it's like, you know what? I'm a brain, and that's the name that I'm going to call myself. Like that's fucking weird. That is
probably a little more complex than that, but yeah.
How'd we come up with names for anything?
But the brain has named all those things, but it also named itself. It's like, yeah,
the original guy who came up with
all
that
these
was
things are
actually
involved.
named Brian, and he just spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
It was dyslexic.
Gentlemen, I've actually met my contractual obligations.
All right, see ya. See ya, LBC.
I gotta go take
Later, man.
Stupid and Rosie out. Y'all have a good evening. Love you all.
Later,
care,
man.
Love you, Vin.
Later, man.
Thanks for the
See you tomorrow
videos.
night. All right, Joe, you got any more?
Yeah, and this one is gonna I don't know. It's gonna sound funny, but I don't mean it in a funny way.
Funny
But-
haha or funny strange?
Funny, haha.
Okay.
But why can't I learn from mistakes? For example, I've been divorced twice, and I am very happy in my current relationship. But every time that I have a relationship that goes bad, I'm like, this is freaking stupid. Why do I put myself through this? I'm never going to do this again. And then
there
I do this again, and then eventually I get hurt, and then I go, this is stupid. I can't believe I did this again. I'm never going to do this again. And I do this again. And I just, it boggles my mind that I'm so dense, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. One second, Dylan, I'll get to you.
Like masturbating with shampoo. Is that kind of what you're saying?
No, I never have. I'm not sure where you're going with that. Does it
Like
burn?
you know it's
He
gonna
doesn't have
burn
any hair.
afterwards,
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
Right, but
Right, right,
because you got soap in the pee hole. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't had that happen, but I could see that. If you kept doing it, if you were like, God, this hurts. Why am I doing it? And then you did it again. Yes, that's it exactly.
It goes right back there with the BDSM stuff, you know, that pain, enjoying it kind of thing.
But I
Wow,
don't
we do it
enjoy
again.
it.
It's not gonna
I
burn.
don't
this
enjoy
time.
it, but I set myself up for it again, you know, and I feel like I am not a smart man, but I'm smart enough to know that I should go live on the mountaintop and meditate and just, you know, not
you,
put
Joe.
myself through these
I
things
think
over
we
and
need
over
a
again.
rose
And I
retreat.
feel like it boggles my mind why I keep doing this. And that's no put down towards any of the people I've been in relationships or anything like that. Like, it's not their fault. It's my fault. that I keep putting myself in these positions, and it boggles my mind why I keep doing it.
I feel you on that, Joe. I feel you.
Dylan was going to say something though, but
yeah. So the science of that is we are creatures of habit, and our bodies will develop to be used to the same thing over and over again. It's without getting super philosophical or whatever. When your body goes through something traumatic, it will adapt to live with that as a way to survive. Kind of like the evolution is destruction thing. It's
okay.
So the lowermost layer of your skin is called, I believe it's pronounced fascia or fascia. And every time you move, that gets damaged. But it repairs itself. So when you work out, that gets damaged and it rebuilds itself for room for muscles to develop. Same thing happens with emotions and other traumatic things. So your body is used to it.
But the skin thing is involuntary. That's something
that was that's like just a way to explain it.
But
it works.
I get what you're saying, but see, like this right here. Yeah, man, go live on a mountain, get a pet bear. But then I would be opening myself to that pet bear hurting me at some point. What if that bear that I fell in love with met another bear and ran off with that bear? And I'd be like, oh my God, I did it again. That bear broke my fucking heart.
Yeah,
the bear ate my kidney.
I think people would judge you less if you kept the bear on a leash than if you kept your significant other on a leash. But I don't know what your relationship.
I think that goes back
some
to
people like that
original
too.
Example, but yeah, I get what you're
You know,
I do know. Listen, my son is studying to be a neurosurgeon, and we've had some talks about plenty of shit that he tried to explain to me that I didn't understand. But one of the things that I did kind of understand that he explained is that, the way that our brain wires itself and fires electricity through it is based on kind of what you've done. And it establishes certain connections in your brain that tells you this is the way things are. And this is the way that you should, like, if you drink coffee today, right, it has a certain effect on you. You get the caffeine in your system, whatever. You drink coffee tomorrow, right? After a few days, your brain says, we need this. Like, this is something we need in order to survive. Like, if we don't have this, there's going to be negative repercussions to us if we don't get this thing, right? And but then if you stop, for the first day, you're going to have problems. Second day, you're going to have problems. Eventually, your brain rewires itself and fires the electricity in different ways to where it says, this is no longer a part of our life. We don't require this. And it's different timing for different things. Like caffeine in our system is different than, destructive behaviors and stuff like that. But yes, and that's the whole nature versus nurture kind of thing. Like if you grew up in a happy household versus like getting your ass beat by your dad, like every day of your life, like you're going to have a different perspective on life and how to deal with people and relationships and everything.
I understand that. I also understand why the planet can spin and then spin around the sun and spin around the sun can spin around, like I get that there's a science for that, but it breaks my brain that I was single for 8 years raising my kids, right? I could do what I want when I wanted. I did what I wanted with my money. I didn't have to worry about anyone else's needs or anything like that. Like, I should have been happy and I wasn't. And then I'm in a relationship now and I'm happy. And it doesn't make sense to my brain. My brain. It doesn't make sense that I require that, because the intellect in my brain tells me that I should have been happier before, when I could do whatever I want whenever I wanted, and I wasn't happy. And I am happy now, where with
it's the primal nature of the brain.
I'm just saying, like I get what you guys are saying, But you're talking about things that boggle the mind. That boggles my mind.
No, it totally fits. Yeah. I get what you're saying. It's like I like eating cheese and ice cream, even though I know it's gonna fuck me up. And then the next day I go,
lactose.
I'm never fucking doing that again. And then that's not true. I'm gonna do it again. Every time I eat Hooters wings, the next day after I eat Hooters wings, I'm like, I'm never eating Hooters wings again. Don't let me buy Hooters. Me and Darla have this conversation where we say we're not buying Hooters wings again. And then a few months down the road, we go, hey, you hungry for some Hooters? Oh yeah, that sounds fucking fantastic. It sounds great. So yeah.
Question though, were you lactose intolerant when you were young, or did you get old?
No, I could live every meal off of bowls of cereal when I was younger, and then all of a sudden, it just was no longer a thing.
Me too. Same thing. Yep.
Like I'm gonna totally shit myself just thinking about ice cream. So
I'm shipping myself right now. Oh wait, that's a different thing.
All right, Dylan.
This is a pretty cliche one. Just death in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get the body decaying or health issues and that stuff. Like I don't want to just say like the beyond, but like the one day you're there and then the next you're just not. Like, I can't I'm not a person of faith. I'm an atheist personally. I can't wrap my head around just ceasing to exist. But I also refuse to put my belief into something that I'm not going to get into religion and
no, I get what
that whole stuff, yeah. But like just that and then nothing. I can't.
Do you fear death, Jack?
Well, it's not really nothing. Like you're like Trevor was saying, or like you come, like if you imagine that all this stuff started from nothing and then it came to be, and then now it's just cyclical, like you'll become part of the earth, you'll become part of this and that, like it just
the thing that makes you, not your body or like the I don't want to say the physical embodiment of your energy, but like you're
trying to avoid saying the word soul, but that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, the thing that your soul, the thing that makes you.
Well, okay, okay, let me throw something out there because I saw something on this week. So, I'm sure you've seen Star Trek at some point, right? Show or movie or whatever. You've seen some sort of Star Trek, right? Yeah. And they've got the transporter technology, right? So transporter technology, if that existed, would you use it? Would you use a transporter? Because essentially what they say as far as how a transporter works is it's breaking you down on an atomized level, including everything, including like your brain patterns and your memories and all this and that. And then it is recreating you in a new spot, but it's not you. It's not the same. Like basically every time that you transport, the old you is dying and the new you is created. And are you just a sum of those parts, or is that really you, or is that a new version? Is that like a clone of you, right? So are you willing to accept the fact that you're no longer? So it's not like taking your atoms and moving them here and then reconstructing them. It's saying it's breaking you down, saying here's all the things that make you up, right?
Yeah, but you're just breaking it down. You're not dying.
But in the new place, it is recreating those atoms. It's not like moving them. It's not like it moved it and then it's putting it together. It is taking atoms in the system that they have from like they do with their food processors or whatever, and it's putting it all together. So here's all the atoms that make you up, and it's putting it together and putting you in that space. Now you still have all the same memories that you had and everything, but it's not the same atoms that you had before. It's not the same stuff. It's new stuff that's made to mimic the stuff that you just had.
Yeah.
If they could actually fix my hip, I could go for some new stuff. I'd be totally fine with that.
So is that you? So like for like with kind of following what Dylan's saying, like if they were able to take your memories and your feelings and everything, and before you die, they're able to put that into a robot or something. Is that you? Like you still think, you're still having this, you still have the same memories, still have the same thought process stuff. Is that you, or is that something different? Like, are you more than that?
So, like when Wonder Man died and they took his brainwave patterns and put him in the Vision, is Vision the Wonder Man, or is he just the Vision?
Yeah, it didn't.
We may never have that question
answered. Psylocke.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, like,
I don't know, man.
I guess
if I got put into an Asian girl's body, would I still be Joe? I have a feeling I would change significantly.
If the transporter technology existed in the way that they explained it in Star Trek, I don't know that I would use it.
So what you're saying, it's kind of like Leonard Skinner, right? When Leonard Skinner came out, it was this band. And as the years have gone on, all of those band members have now been replaced because the older band members have died off.
Yeah.
But they still call themselves Leonard Skinner, but there are no original band members.
There's actually a thought. What do they call that? Like a thought. So it's the same thing with a ship. I forget what it's called, but exercise, a thought exercise with a ship. If you have a ship and you start changing the planks in the ship, right? Eventually you've changed 100% of the planks in the ship. Is it still the same ship, or is it something new? It's an unanswerable question.
So
it's a
Alan
thought
just put
exercise
that in the chat too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I guess what I was thinking is more, so you hear stories of people saying of what they saw when they died and then they were brought back to life. That can be explained as the synapses in your brain responding to what you've been told your whole life or what you want to see when you die. But then you get revived and your brain fires back on. The thing that I have a hard time wrapping my head around is after this, it's like the moment when you fall asleep. Are you conscious of falling asleep? I've never been conscious of the moment I fall asleep. What if you just did that and never woke up again? I can't wrap my brain around that.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Absolutely.
More so than reincarnation through a teleporter.
Okay.
I get the idea behind that.
Yeah,
both of those are really good ones, though. I mean, like
I think they
totally
did use teleportation for reincarnation in some Trek.
In X-Men.
Yeah.
In the X-Men?
Yeah. Living Island of Krakoa.
Oh yeah.
Something one of my friends of mine and I talk about a lot is if you have a near-death experience, there's what if you died, but now your being is now in a separate timeline where you didn't die, but you died in the first timeline.
Yep.
Without getting into like multiverses and all that stuff, it's like,
well, I mean, that's exactly what it is multiverses. Well, everything that happened in your life, there is a scenario where it went the other way, or it went multiple different ways, and which one of those are you in? Like, which version are you in of that situation?
And are those other ones going to come and hunt you down and kill you?
Well, that's where it's like,
one with Jet Li. The more Joes that get killed, the more powerful I become. Yeah,
nice.
Well, look, whatever lazy bitch version of me is not out there killing the other me, so I can get stronger, man. He better,
hell yeah.
Only
for last, other Joe.
But what if you're not the last one?
Yeah, so it's
I would totally be the first. That's my luck.
It's not even that Joe has
show up and I'd be like, yeah, that's a nice mustache, and then pow. And
what's that movie?
I was gonna say he doesn't even have to kill himself. He just has to shave the mustache of the other Joes, and then like his mustache gets thicker and fuller until it's like the most full mustache ever, right?
The most powerful mustache in the multiverse.
Yeah. I just realized why mine's not doing it. He's too lazy sitting outside drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes.
That's not an alternate universe.
Well, I'm realizing why I'm not getting any stronger because I'm not out there killing the other me's. I'm just
Oz is inside, the other guy's outside. So.
What's that movie coming out with Robert Pattinson where he plays the?
I was going to bring that up.
Robot. Is he a robot?
17.
Yeah.
No
he's
idea.
Not a robot, right? He's a clone.
No, he's a clone.
Oh,
they print him out.
He's a robot.
It's like that.
Okay.
We should all see that movie and talk about it.
They 3D print them out, basically.
Well, I was going to say, actually, it sounded with Curtis's breakdown of the transporter, I was chuckling at myself. I was like, so when they walk into the transporter, it's a 3D scanner, and when you come out of the transporter, it's a 3D printer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it's more like exactly a 3D garbage disposal or 3D like shredder.
Incinerator.
There's one episode of Next Generation where there's a transporter like malfunction or something. They end up with 2 Rikers, and like one of them like goes on to be the Riker that we know, but the other one like is like this like low level like lieutenant or something. Like he's still in Starfleet, but he never achieves the same rank. Like he's just like a low level dude. And it's just interesting. Like, okay, you have the
he
exact
ends up actually joining the Maquis and being a villain.
Yeah, well, up to a certain point, you have the
Space
same
Time.
memories and thoughts and experiences and everything. And then from that point on, like you see like what happened. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
I think that being rejected as the main Riker is what leads him to being a villain actually later on in the other show. You know,
that's what happens.
It's just how our life experiences shape us. Yeah.
I think if there's a scenario where there's 2 of you and one of you gets to sleep with Deanna Troi and the other one doesn't, that's probably what would do it. Like that would
that is definitely a villain story.
If there was another Joe, right, in an alternate timeline that made all good decisions, it ended up being like wealthy and popular and all the things that I wasn't, I would really consider just jumping in that transporter. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna convince you right now, Joe, that wouldn't have happened, because for that Joe to exist, mythic legions couldn't exist. You would not be humping in that transporter because at least as far as being rich, I don't think it matters how popular you are, because we got all the things we need around here, really.
First, Trevor says somewhere there's a nice version of him. Trevor, you are so nice. I have shaved early to prepare this bare cheek just in case you show up to MesquiCon. I don't know if you're going to be there this year. I know you were there last year, but I was like, I'm not waiting until November. I'm getting this thing ready. Like that's how nice you are, Trevor, that I prepared for you.
Trevor's a nice guy. Bring up Kenzo's though. I actually have. So I've thought about this. It might be a little off from mind-boggling, but I've thought about this, like having the multiple man's powers, where I could create duplicates of myself, and I'd be like, you go to work and you clean the house and stuff. And how long would it take before they rebelled and murdered me? Because I'd make my clones do all the shitty things that I didn't want to do myself. And then I would be replaced by the clones that would
just multiplicity, isn't it?
I was just gonna say,
multiplicity is like how many before one of them just like really stupid and just eats pizza all day and
like the multiple man from the comics.
LA pizza, Steve.
You lose IQ points each time you clone yourself.
Right. All right.
I'd get like 3 clones and be done then. Yeah. I'm not starting with a full deck, so
right. Like I feel like somebody already cloned me a few times, and then those guys died, and I'm what's left. I'm not smart enough to figure out how to keep it going.
We're like the movie Twins, except there's no Arnold Schwarzenegger.
right. There's a screen full of Danny DeVito's. All right, Oz, what do you got for us?
I was gonna go on that like what Jeff was saying about like the creationism thing, but like and Van touched on it, flat earthers. Like I really don't get how, like way long ago, ancient times, they had that shit figured out without all the science that we have of today that only has further proven this. And yet this resurgence of we're flying through space on a plate. like okay, gotcha. Like we didn't even repeat a dark, like that is knowledge that survived the Dark Ages. And like now we're like, internet's out there, this planet's flat. It's just a disc.
The Romans knew that it was round, like just with math.
Yeah, that it was.
They didn't even have any way to like.
They had no way to prove it, right? But,
well, but they could prove it because math doesn't lie. It's
right,
numbers,
right. You know? But that's the thing, like, they were just like.
But even though the Romans figured it out, the explorers still thought they were going to fall off the end of the earth.
I don't think they really did.
Or was that like a false thing?
I think that's like fake news. Yeah.
That's like how old maps would have dragons in the water, and it would just
ancient
mean
fake news.
Joe's on like the Mayflower, like fucking fake news. Did you see that? You see that?
No, I'm just saying that during that time, ships disappeared over the horizon. Yeah. They weren't handicapped, like the ships. They could watch ships sail away. And this is in like old texts and things like that. They could see ships disappear over the horizon. It had to be round. Yep. Otherwise, you could just see it get smaller and smaller until it disappeared. But they didn't. Right. They disappeared over a horizon.
Like I said, that breaks my brain to think about that. People are all like,
"Yeah, no. That's a
like you can question the moon landing and shit like that. Like I totally get it. You could have your plausible deniability on that or whatever. Like you just,
but how dare you, sir? How dare you?
Example,
look, I totally believe the moon landing happened. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying that China has sent, spacecraft to the moon and photographed the American flag on the moon.
Right.
Like, why would other countries do that just to help us fake it? Like,
right. Exactly. Like to keep this myth going. But again, I could totally understand just somebody believing that, but to believe this thing that has been proven time and time again, continues to be proven, and like people are like, "Nah, we're gonna say this is like," and fully wholeheartedly mean it. Like you can't change their mind about it. It breaks my head.
The bad thing, well, a lot of bad things, but the one major bad thing about the internet is that you can have confirmation bias on anything. And you can, if you have anything in your mind, you think that they faked the moon landing, you think that the aliens built the pyramids, you think that the earth is flat, whatever, you can go online and you can find a whole plethora of people that believe that same shit, and they will have all these things that they list as facts or as proof, and you can really teach yourself to believe anything. You read one article that tell you that eating eggs every morning for breakfast is fucking great for you, and then you read another article that say it's absolutely the worst thing you can have for breakfast. Like, I don't know, but you can find somebody to tell you whatever it is that you are looking for, and if you're already having your mind that you're skeptical of something or you believe something some way, and then you go to research it, you're going to find stuff that lines with the way that you're thinking. And that's just going to make you feel like you're right. Yeah, Joe.
And I'm going to go back to what I said earlier about the one that Jeff had brought up. A lot of people are just looking for a place to fit in.
Yeah.
And they will convince, it's like some of those obscure cults and things like that people join, and you go like, how could those people believe that? And it's just, they're looking for a place where they feel like they fit and are accepted, and they'll believe the most outrageous things. And it does boggle the mind, even knowing that that's the case. It's still,
Yeah, that's how I believe Legions will keep me happy for a couple of years to come. So.
Yeah, but that's true.
I think the thing that's most surprising about the whole flat earth thing is not necessarily that people question it, but they're so fucking passionate about it.
Like,
they're positive that it's flat, and they're positive that everybody's fucking lying to them. Like, it's not like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, it's
like, again, like there's been guys that have been like, everybody talks about the math. So I did the math, and they use like this equation, and then like an actual mathematician will come up to him and be like, well, your equation's wrong and you fucked it up. That's how you came to that answer. this is how you fix it, gives them the proper equation, and they just write it off like, no, that's not it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, no. The numbers are not going to lie on this. Sorry.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a pyramid built by aliens.
The trapezoid.
Now I've got to go through and change the entire thumbnail for tomorrow night. I'm going to need a picture of Kenny going like this and me doing it in the reverse, and we're going head-to-head tomorrow night. Globe versus triangle. Or is it triangle or pyramid, Kenny?
Yeah.
So this came up in our chat, and I don't know if anybody remembers it per se, but they're different colors. And the company says they're fruit flavored, but how are all the Fruit Loops different, the same flavor?
Because it's fruit flavor.
Yeah. That's what...
Notice they don't give you a distinct fruit name like orange, banana.
I get what Jeff is saying, though. That boggles his mind. Even though we can explain it, it boggles his mind. That's fair.
Sure. I'll send you a video. They do a whole thing.
All those colors are saying, I want grape, I want orange, I want cherry.
So buy Skittles.
Yeah, it's like fruit punch, you know?
Yeah.
Like one flavor, but it incorporates all of it.
Yeah.
They created a flavor, they called it fruit, and that's what they named it.
And they don't even spell it right. It's F-R-O-T or F-R-O-O-T.
Yeah.
Fruit flavored.
That's so they can't get sued. All right, listen. I've got a whole list of these. I could go all night, but I'm just going to throw out one more because this one I don't get, and it's a technology one, and I'm sure somebody can explain it to me. But how they came up with record players and records, so you're taking sounds and voices and music, and you're putting it on a disc, and you're putting these like ridges on it. And then you're going to have a needle that goes over it, and somehow that reproduces all of the sounds that came out. Like who came up with this? How do you do it? How did somebody go, hey, you know what I can do? I can take this thing that I'm hearing and I can put it on this thing and I can make these ridges on it. I can run a needle on it, and it'll replicate the exact same fucking thing that I just heard. I don't get that. Like there's two parts to this. One, I don't get how it works. I don't understand it. Two, I don't understand how anybody thought of it. How did anybody think this
what
is
were
the
the
way
steps?
to do this? Yeah,
this was the step that led to this, that led to that.
I don't get A to Z on that thing. It doesn't. I don't understand.
I can get that, Curtis. I totally get you, man.
All right, Jeff. Looks like he's got something for me.
So, to get audio from a record player, the stylus on the turntable reads the grooves in a vinyl record, converting the vibrations into electrical signals that are then amplified by a phono preamplifier before being sent to his speakers through an audio system. Most modern record players either have a built-in preamp or require an external one to properly amplify the low-level signal from the cartridge.
So that's the technical part of it. So who was thinking and goes, hey, you know what I could do? I could take this thing that I just heard that fucking dude say over there, and I can put that into this. And then when I rub a needle over it, the vibrations are going to repeat what I just fucking heard.
I think his name was Jim Phono, and he invented the phonograph. So
they did it in wax before.
Same way someone discovered that violins work.
Yeah, I mean, but that's I don't know, that there's a difference between making a string make a sound, right, and making a string make the same frequency sound, and replicating voices and words, and like that's different. So
yeah, like I totally picture the first person that started creating a string instrument was some really bored archer in the back of a battlefield somewhere.
Probably.
Right? Like, what if we just strung a couple of these bows of different sizes together and boom, now you got a fucking harp.
Kenzo, Crystal Pepsi did not taste like a cola. It tastes like dog shit is what it tasted like. So
how do we make clear dog shit?
Yeah, Crystal Pepsi was the worst fucking thing ever. Like it was so.
How
fucking
does
nasty.
this Boggles?
No, Pepsi
How does
Blue.
Curtis know it tastes like dog shit?
Yeah, how does Curtis know?
Well, you know how he likes to rub everything on his
Let's not
lip?
have him tell that story.
I know things.
He just
He
likes
ate
to
the
rub
white
stuff
dog
on his
shit.
lips, and we don't need to go any further.
But we totally associate colors with flavors too. Just again, we've been trained that way. You could have a cola that tasted like orange, so a brown soda that tasted like orange, because the tastes are not always natural, and you could color them any way you wanted to color it. It would just be freaking weird to have root beer that tasted like orange, like nobody would drink it. So the human mind is a strange.
That's like that green ketchup. Like, no, ketchup's supposed to be red, not green.
Yeah, well, green ketchup is because it's made out of a different vegetable.
Trevor says, "How can Curtis be sharing his gifts with every nation?" Which is from if China and North Korea, among other countries, don't allow YouTube. I'm guessing they've got a really good VPN. Which is
He's personally texting every single person in China and North Korea,
which is a lot of text messages, by the way.
It is.
Don't
That's
ask
why he's
about
so
Curtis's
busy all the
data
time.
plan. Okay.
All right. I know I've got a lot on my list. I'm sure you guys have extra. Is there any other ones that you're dying to get out there that just like really boggle your brain that you want to throw out there? I before I saw Oz's hand, I saw Joe's mouth. So I'm gonna go to Joe first.
Okay, this is just a simple one, and it might not make me any friends, but it boggles my mind why nuclear power is still considered such a bad thing when we have advanced so far as a scientific culture. Nuclear power plants are cleaner and safer and better in every way than fossil fuel power plants, and yet there's still this idea that we're all going to glow in the dark if there's nuclear power plants around, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't understand the
Simpsons didn't help with that.
Well, and
but that's my point. Like at what point are like the Simpsons are what I'm going to base my opinion off of? You know what I mean? Like,
right. Well,
it doesn't make any
times they
sense.
predicted the future or whatever. That's got to be it. It's giving them credibility now. I don't give it.
I guess, but
I think
I
think anything with radiation. Obviously, the fucking bombs didn't help. The big ones. Chernobyl didn't help the narrative.
Microwave ovens use radiation.
I get it. We go to the doctors and have X-rays and all this kind of stuff. Like we go to the dentist and they put that fucking big ass lead thing on us and shine that thing right into our fucking skull.
And we're fine. And that's not even the same. It's not the same thing. I'm just saying it generates not just less waste, but a lot less waste. Like I live in Nevada, we have Yucca Mountain here where they were going to put the nuclear waste barrels, and it's not as dangerous. They shut it down.
There you go, Joe. It's Batman Beyond. It ruined it for everybody.
So it was cartoons. Damn you, cartoons.
Right.
I don't know. That's something that bothers me because the science. And we have supercomputers that we carry in our pockets. Like the information is there. Like you can find facts on this thing if you try hard enough. It's harder now than it used to be, but you know, like it's just the truth. It's just facts, and yet there's this.
So what you're saying is the truth is out there.
It is out there, and nobody's looking for it. Yeah,
gotcha. Next, Oz had his hand up. Oz, you had one more you wanted to get off your chest.
Just to reiterate, why the fuck are people still watching us? I don't get that.
And it's gone from like 23 to 17
because
to
some
20.
of us have nice hair.
Like
we're getting deep tonight. We're talking about things that are really just like mind blowing tonight. To us. So,
also, to add on to it, who the hell is really watching Clubhouse from start to finish that's 6 hours of your life you wasted watching me?
I'm on the show and I don't
I love it.
I didn't know they watch it all. You know.
Well, and okay, I'll throw this one out there too, because I've had this thought and I don't let me preface this by saying I don't believe this to be true. Okay. But I've had this thought, and it goes like this. What if when I woke up this morning, right, that was the beginning of existence as I know it. And everything that I remember is just memories that are planted in my brain that never existed. And so today is the only day that I've ever lived, and could even be the only day that I will ever live. And to that point, if I then spend 6 hours of it watching Oz's Clubhouse,
right? Like, this is what you chose to do.
I can jump on that one though, because I have had the thought, because of that really good Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that people don't like, where spoiler alert, if you don't want spoilers for that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie I can't remember the name of, but what if you one day met yourself, right? And it turns out that I'm the clone, and that I've only been alive for 6 days.
Yeah.
Like how would you?
That's what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Now, for me personally, I try to get in a relationship as fast as possible. Apparently.
But just so you can speed on to the next divorce. Gotcha, Joe.
Right.
But that kind of goes to
bone the old lady before my clone killed
if you thought that was a possibility, though, right? If you thought that today was the first day in existence and everything else is a planted memory, it's like,
yes,
okay,
total recall.
Did you utilize today to your fullest potential?
I'd be wondering why they made such a broken down, wore out clone.
Like,
I'd be like, what the fuck? You couldn't have done this when I was 20?
Well, then the clone's got to get pissed.
Why are you
like,
making
wait,
a
why
clone
didn't
that's
you
on
build
its
me
last
back
leg?
right? Why did you make me like this?
That's a letdown. They obviously haven't perfected the cloning process if they started with me.
Well, I saw something this week that said something to the effect of, what if we're just all in a video game that God was playing and he left the save file a long time ago and just never come back to it?
You're a bad game of The Sims.
So we're all waiting for that internal battery on the Nintendo cartridge to die out.
Like I've got
the
I don't know, whichever one it is on the PS5, the Metal Gear Solid game that I've never finished, and the save file is there. Like I know I can go back to and get it, but I just never have gone back to it. Like, what if we're like that? Like, we're that save file.
Do you know how many games I've gotten to the end and I stopped playing and never went back to because I didn't want it to end?
Yeah.
Like, no, instead of just starting it back over, I get to the very end and I'm like, I'm good.
That's what I do. Is
How
sometimes
about
the
this
last
one?
episode of a binge series.
We are the literal result of God not storing his food in a cool, dry place.
We just kind of grew from there. We're mold.
Like those blueberries I threw out today.
Well,
If you believe in a
left us
God.
a cool, dry place, and we've been left to our own devices, and now we have global warming. Way to go, assholes!
Because of some snake.
All right, quick. This isn't lightning round, but just a quick question along these lines. All right.
Wait, I think Jeff had one though. Didn't you have another one, Jeff?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah.
So
I thought he was just pointing at you and Oz.
I was. As of 2011, the U.S. government has a 31-page plan for a zombie apocalypse.
Gotta have a contingency.
Yeah.
And on the first line of the plan, it reads, "This plan was not actually designed as a joke." That boggles my brain.
So
that does boggle my brain.
You know what's coming.
That doesn't make any freaking sense. Yeah.
So
It's probably because of the radiation.
All right,
Joe's dream will come true, and then zombies.
Here's my question, guys. If you pinched yourself and it hurt, is it because you're really strong or because you're really weak?
It's because you're a bitch.
Whoa, hey, who are you calling a bitch, Dylan?
Is it weak because it hurt?
I'm gonna find out how strong or weak Dylan is next time I see him for that.
I think we're all gonna figure out how strong or weak Dylan is next.
My answer is because I'm strong.
You're so strong at pinching that's why it hurt. Okay.
I'm going
My
strong.
answer is because you're a bitch. I'm kidding. That wasn't a you're a bitch. It's like the you as in us all. The cosmic you.
I'm gonna just put it out there. Like, neither. My nipples just got hard.
Okay.
Because I called you a bitch.
No, you picked
Wait until you see what gets hard for me hitting you, Dylan.
All right, I'm canceling Legion's Con. I'll be at home.
Dylan forever on the run now. No. Like, where's Oz gonna be? No.
Lightning round.
Oh, here we go.
Oh shit!
All right, here we go. Starting with Jeff, working our way around. If you could meet your future self right now, and you could ask your future self one question, what would it be?
Why the hell did you waste every week making a thumbnail for a YouTube?
Good one. I like that.
We've answered that. Legend Daddy Prime. That's it. Period. Future
right.
Jeff has it tattooed across his back.
And it's like all leather pattern with stuff.
Right, it's leather stitching.
Yeah.
It's not even ink.
Oz.
How's Connor?
Okay. That's a good one. I like that.
What?
Connor. How's Connor doing?
That's my son, Connor.
Yeah.
Literally, if I'm seeing myself, first thing I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah, you went funny, he went sweet. We're kind of moving through the spectrum here. Dylan.
I would ask myself if it gets better.
That's pretty open. I think you're probably have to clarify that a little bit more.
That's
No,
Because he would know what he's talking
He would
about.
know. Yeah, he's like, oh, I remember when I asked that dumb fucking question. I know what you're yeah. I remember when I was stupid like you and I like fucking King Kong. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. He just throws shit at him past all.
That's what it is. He just throws shit at himself.
All right,
And
I
he
like
goes,
to change
that
my answer.
answers
Why
that.
did I hang out with these guys so much?
Y'all remember watching basketball and that guy Squeak? I swear Dylan's just like, if you guys rip on me like 3 or 4 more damn times.
Dylan is Squeak.
We totally
It's my
fucking love you,
13th
Dylan.
reason.
Yep.
That's it. Joe, future self, what are you asking him?
I'm asking him for his copy of the next 10 years of Mythic Legion's book.
No, very nice.
That's a lie. He's gonna ask how many more divorces.
That's called the 20 years of myth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The next 10 years, it's like the second greatest hits album, man. I thought about for a minute to steal
Alan.
from Back to the Future and be like, who wins the next 10 Super Bowls so I could bet on them. But I'm like, that's no fun. Like, I don't think I would enjoy that as much as knowing what the next 10 years of Mythic Legions holds.
I wouldn't want it to spoil the surprise, though. That's my problem.
I would totally want to spoil the surprise.
No, as cool as that is, I'd be like, nah, I don't want to know because
we
love
wait
that.
10 years or 2 years for them to come out anyway. Sorry, that was
that's a good.
That was
point.
a Freudian slip. Sorry, it's not that long. 2 years for them to come out anyways. I don't mind being spoiled.
So I kind of thought the same way as you, Joe, like with the Back to Future thing. Like I could ask myself, like, what should I be investing in, like stocks or whatever like that.
If I was 20 years old and not 47, I might have done that.
Yeah.
Man, it's almost over.
What I decided to go with was because I'm asking my future self, what between now and whenever that future self is, what toy line is it that I don't think about or I don't get into that I should? Because I like with Mythic Legions, I got in way later than I should have. And I just didn't even know about it. So I would ask myself, what is that toy line that's going to be, in the next few years or whatever that I don't think about or I don't get into early enough that I should?
Savage Crucible.
Curtis, I would have gone the other way, and I would have been like What toy line should I not waste my time on?
Yeah. Right. Which one should I not waste my money on so I can spend my money on more of the shit that I like?
I already kind of know what I've already wasted my money on.
Kind of what Jeff said.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't want to miss out on something cool. So, and that's not what Jeff said.
I think just to play off of that though, because it depends, you know, if I'm talking to my future self and my future self is in prison, for example, I might not ask him about Mythic Legions.
You're like, what the fuck did you do?
What did I do?
Also, yeah, like I was just thinking too, you know what else would be kind of cool? Let me see your phone, right? Like, because where we are with phones. Like, I want to see what the hell you're doing on that phone. Let me see.
They don't even have phones by then. They got a fucking neuro implant that like feeds everything right to their brain. So
that's cool. I got one of those NFC readers. I just scan it and bring it up on my phone. You know.
Yeah.
All right, number 2, lightning round question.
Going to me, right? On this one.
Going to Joe.
All right.
Joe. What is a small act of kindness that happened in your life that had a big impact?
Wow. Off of the. Wow.
I can come back to you if you want.
Yeah, come back to me because I need to think about this for a minute.
All right, Dylan.
Do you mean something that I did or something that was done for me?
It doesn't say. I was assuming it was a small act of kindness somebody did for you that had a huge impact on your life, but it could be something that you did that made you, you know, whatever, changed your life or whatever too.
I also have to think about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oz.
All right. It's gonna get a little bit. It might get a little emotional for me, and I'm gonna put it out there. So you guys know how I always get excited when I see my sister in the chat and I shout out K-Roll in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Growing up, me and my sister did not always get along. Like we really didn't. More often than not, we were fighting against one another, finding every reason we could to, you know, rip the other one apart. Started doing the YouTube channel. She started watching the channel all the time. And I was only doing it for like a couple months. And she messaged me one day and told me she was proud of me. Like just that small thing I like meant the world to me, and I did start crying like a little bitch. So
like you had just pinched yourself.
I don't feel pain, so I can't say that like that. Like pinching me doesn't work. I don't feel pain like
his
that.
heart.
So.
Gotcha.
His heart.
That's a good one.
Yeah, emotionally, yeah, like it was hardcore for me. Yeah, that small random act, just my sister saying she was proud. Totally.
I thought Jesse was sending us something for the show, but I think he's just sending us something in general. All right.
Well, we know he's not watching.
Yeah, he's not paying attention. He said, "Fuck those guys."
Too busy sending reels. Gotcha,
yeah.
Jesse. Thank you.
Yeah. The people that are on the intro for OffWorld, other than me, don't give two shits about OffWorld. So
yeah, I was going to say they're already in the intro. Why would they care?
Yeah. Jeffrey, what do you got for us?
So it's somebody who's impacted us.
Say what? Yeah, some small act of kindness that changed your life for the better. Well, it doesn't even say for the better; it just has had a big impact on your life.
Big impact.
We can come back to you too if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that one.
Okay.
This is not lightning round.
All right. So I had a rough end to my first marriage, and I don't want to get into all the details, but there was some stuff that my ex was into that wasn't good, and I was trying to help her through it, and she didn't want my help, and she, found out she was talking to some other dude, and it was just a whole thing. And so I ended up leaving and was staying in a hotel for a few days and stuff. And I had a friend that I was working with that asked me to come stay at his house. Said he had a room downstairs. which turned out to be like a fucking movie theater room that was phenomenal. He had this big, huge projector and like these like stadium seating and stuff. It was like the coolest fucking thing I ever saw. But anyways, invited me to stay with him. You know, stayed with him for like 3 months before I kind of got on my feet and got an apartment and stuff, and invited me to come to church with him. And it was like just this small thing that helped me get back on my feet and made me realize that people cared about me. And yeah, it just changed everything. I mean, from there I got an apartment. I ended up getting custody of my kids, and like, you know, it all turned out. But at the time, like, I was in a dark fucking place, and I was like, shit had gone bad with work. Shit had gone bad with my ex. It was just in a bad place altogether. And, you know, this person just opened their house to me and let me stay with them and their family for a while. And, it changed my life. So, yeah.
Is that person still in your life?
No,
fuck that guy. I'm on my own now. I don't need you.
I mean, I've moved away, and we've since just like lost touch over the years. But it's something that I'll never forget. Like, it's, you know, it made a huge change on how things were for me, and I will be forever grateful. So,
yeah,
Joe.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go with you know, and I had to think about it. There's a few that are things that I would have to go through so much backstory that it definitely wouldn't be a lightning round. You know what I mean? To make it make sense. But one that really, really meant a lot to me was going to Legion's Con, expecting to be kind of just like a wallflower in the background. It started with Dylan picking me up, not knowing me, you know, and just showing up, and it was so much just constant love from everyone, like people shouting across the room, like, Joe, you know. I didn't anticipate that in any way, form, or fashion, that when people were just constantly excited to see me, and I wasn't expecting that, man. I'm still kind of on a high from that, you know, and it's been months later. So
I'm counting it down to the next time I can see you in person, Joe.
Yeah, you know, it was crazy. Like I said the word surreal like 50 freaking times that through the course of the time that I was at Legion's Con, and it absolutely is the truth. Like I felt so good about myself for no reason for 4 days. It was amazing, you know, just an amazing experience. And I think that I'm a happier person for it. Not that I wasn't a happy person before, because I am just naturally a happy person, but that was a really, really good feeling and experience. And it definitely had a big impact on me.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's a good one. Let's see. Dylan.
Yeah. I hate to be a downer, but I feel like I've had a lot more taken from me.
Do you hate to be a downer, Dylan, or do you feed off of that?
MO, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Do you hate to be a downer, or do you actually love being a downer?
No, I believe me, I don't fucking like it. But no, definitely. I don't want to just say exactly what Joe said, but all the kindness I've seen from people within this community over the past couple of years really puts things into perspective. Like the Jesse opening up his home to me 3 times in the past 6 months. Just like, whoever would have thought you could just go to someone's house because you met them online over a toy. Like, just everything the community stands for, and just what everyone does for each other really has an impact on, you know, everybody.
Yeah.
So can't really pick one thing, but just what this community is as a whole.
Right. We love you, Dylan, even if you call us a little bitch.
Exactly.
I love you guys.
And throw shit at us. So,
But,
yeah. All right, Jeff, that leaves you.
All right. So I'm out in LA, late 2000s. I'm starting my first career in the visual effects industry, and I'm a starving artist. And I have this little Honda Civic to get to and from home and work. That's basically all I used it for. And the water pump went.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no money to fix the car. And my boss at the time my boss just gave me the money with no contract, no stipulations to when I would get that money back to him. And cool. I was like, I will go the distance to get that money back to you someday. And I got it just about the time I left LA. I got it back to him.
I thought Jeff was going to say I still haven't paid him back.
Fuck that guy.
That bitch.
We had Alan in the chat says his boss gave him $10,000 to get his crap together and buy an engagement ring. That's cool.
Wow. My boss gave me 10 grand. He'd never see me again.
he gave Joe 10 grand just to shave.
I'd be real happy starting my new life with still having my mustache and beard.
Hey, thanks, boss. I'm gonna start the whole Legions line over again and get
Later, you little bitch. And then I'd be out.
All right. Last lightning round question. Starting with Jeff, working our way around. I think this could get a little interesting. Got a vampire and a zombie in a fight. They both bite each other at the same time. Does the zombie turn into a vampire or the vampire turn into a zombie? Jeff.
Fuck.
They fuck?
Yeah,
I don't think that's where we were expecting that to go.
I've seen that
Jeff.
movie.
Bravo.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah, man. I downloaded the wrong Dracula. Yeah.
Or the right one.
That's by Wicked, right? That's by does the vampire become the zombie or the zombie become the vampire? They both bit each other at the same time. Fuck it, they're both turning into each other. Like
they're gonna be like some hybrid mix.
Yeah,
they're both undead.
It's a mix. It's a mix of the. It's a mix of the disease, the mutation. I don't know what you want to call it.
Okay. All right. Oz. For the purposes of Benny, we got a vampire and a zombie fighting. They bite each other at the same time. Does the vampire become a zombie or does the zombie become a vampire?
I would say that the vampire becomes a zombie because the zombie is a walking corpse that doesn't have a circulatory system to spread the disease throughout its body.
Damn science.
Okay.
Then again, neither of these things exist in science, Jeff. So, I mean, my answer is complete bullshit anyway. But, I mean, I'm just going off of that idea.
How did you put science on bullshit?
That's how you got manure.
Dylan.
I'm with Oz on this one because there's no blood to contaminate in the zombie from the vampire.
It's all congealed, coagulated.
Yeah, and
there'd be nothing to spread it to.
Yeah. I guess realistically, depending on the zombie virus and how it would work, is how the vampire would contract it. Because vampires are dead or undead. So vampires also technically don't have a circulatory system, depending on the media.
Correct.
Well,
I was going to say,
I've seen plenty of vampire movies where they will like open a vein or something to have somebody drink their blood to become like. So there's something going on there.
There's some versions that they don't actually have their own blood.
Yeah.
There's some where they do.
Yeah.
But I still think it would have no effect on the zombie itself.
Okay.
Right.
So you're thinking that neither will turn into either? Is that what you're saying?
I think if one is going to turn, it would be the vampire.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Joe?
I'm going with neither. They're both undead. Like
Mhm.
there's nothing they're both immune to diseases, depending on the lore, but I'll go off of Dungeons and Dragons. They're both magically reanimated dead bodies. So in my Dungeons and Dragons lore, neither of them can be infected with diseases. So I'll say neither.
Okay. I think I'm going to go vampire turns into a zombie. I for reasons that have been mentioned, I don't think that the zombie could become a vampire. I think he's, it already is what it is, and the circulatory system and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think it would travel through there. But I think the zombie one, I don't know it necessarily is a circulatory thing. I think it's like a virus germ, I don't know, situation kind of thing. Not necessarily.
Dead people can't get the flu.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could see neither one of them having effect on the other, but if one of them was going to turn, I think it would be the vampire. We do have Alan, who I would say is probably the biggest expert that we have, says vampire becomes a zombie. Final answer, and he has reasons. So
okay,
and then he put his reasons.
Yeah. Benny says, I don't think vampires can turn because the blood would cure him before they could turn. So there's that.
I like Allison's answer.
I could ask my ex-brother about vampire system and biology. He's a super suck. He's a vampire. Alan says, vampires infect living flesh and make it undead. Zombie virus can survive and sure, whatever that word is, in
propagate.
Yeah. Sure. All right.
Reproduce.
Benny says, but I believe blood can probably bring back a zombie from the dead. So
I don't know.
That
I think
would
once
be
your flesh starts rotting.
So if the vampire, though, depending on the context, right? The vampire's blood turns other people into vampires. Would it turn the zombie? If the zombie drank the blood, would he turn into a vampire?
That's the thing. If the zombie bites the vampire and drinks the vampire's blood, would that then
they elope? They elope to
corpse?
Vegas and get married.
So what if a vampire?
I think it depends on if they're the same blood type. I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works.
And then Blade shows up and kills both of them.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Well, that was lightning round,
right? Since zombies have no problem with the sun, right? Like if a zombie bit a vampire, the vampire starts to become a zombie. Would it still burn up in sunlight?
Well, that's also depending on the version.
Yeah, because in Mythos, the sun doesn't.
Dracula is not defeated by sunlight.
He's weakened by it.
He's
but he doesn't burn in the sun.
His powers are removed.
He's
not
defeated
even
by bitches.
Yeah, he is.
It's funny though because he's killed by a Bowie knife to the heart, and I think that stops most people. You don't even have to be a vampire.
Yeah. If you really think about it, to kill a vampire, you just need to kill a person.
Right? Yeah. If you stab somebody through the heart, they die.
Wasn't that like some murders in the 70s? They thought that they were killing vampires, but they were killing people.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around the horn. We'll start with Oz. You got Clubhouse tomorrow, I'm guessing, right?
Oh, you know it. Clubhouse tomorrow night. Gonna be hanging out, doing some fun popping swaps and just enjoying that. Also, I wanted to give a big shout out to our boy Kenzo's Creations.
Been in the chat tonight.
Yep, he just crossed the 1,000 subscriber threshold.
Woohoo!
Nice.
So big congrats, buddy.
Beautiful. Dylan, what you got going on?
I have not decided yet, but I may be going to the Wayne Toy Show tomorrow. Or
Bruce Wayne?
Yeah. It's Viteri Productions event.
Ah, okay.
at the, I believe it's the Wayne PAL.
Wayne Manor.
So, yeah, Wayne Manor. I may go, I may not. It depends on if I can wake myself up at 6 to drive an hour away. But I may be there if you're going to be there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Go see Dylan. He'll wave his hair at you. So
I might.
Yeah.
Only if your name's Robo.
Joe, what you got going on?
I should be on the clubhouse tomorrow, and we have a new episode of Allegiance Quest that came out Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it for the near future.
I really enjoyed that one. I thought I feel like we're just gelling as it goes on. So.
I agree. You guys did really well. Unfortunately, I was sick and my a little foggy. I wasn't as sharp as I've been in previous episodes, but still, it was good. I thought you guys did really well.
And our next one that we should be recording, as far as my schedule, looks like the 10th, because I think this upcoming Monday they do a lounge, and it should be on the 10th that we would do that. So, so yeah, hopefully that works out.
And that should be a milestone episode. You guys are about to face the final villain of the first chapter. So
and we found out we leveled at the end of this last episode.
Leveled?
So we're gonna have a little bit of kind of
spoiler alert, but yeah,
that all up. I thought we talked about it before the recording ended, didn't we? Or no?
Yeah, we did. It's in there.
Yeah, but it's a spoiler for those who haven't watched it.
It's been a week.
But not to spoil it for anybody, I want to give a big shout out to Nate Strong and Fern. And if you want to find out why, you got to go watch the damn episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if you're not watching those episodes, you should be anyways. So.
Yeah, I don't know what your holdup is, man. I get super excited every other Tuesday.
Very nice.
Jeff Ray Evans, what do you got?
I gotta be back on the screen in about 12 hours, and and I'll be on screen with Curtis on the Art by Ackerman YouTube channel, talking cosmic popping and swapping.
When is that going to be? What time?
Yeah, what time is that?
That is noon Eastern
tomorrow.
12 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Middle of the day.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That's what 11 a.m. your time, Curtis.
Yeah. We'll have the Legion's Con 2-pack, Sligor, the Gravekeeper, and Fisher Rice, and we're just gonna be swapping all those together and seeing what cool creations we can come up with, and just having a lot of fun. So should be good.
Yep. And then I did a Cosmic Contact this week, and so my next one will be February 11th, and hopefully we have some new stuff to talk about then.
Beautiful. For me, if you missed it, I was on Mythic Conversations this past Wednesday. Had a really fun conversation with Jeremy. So that was great. Check that out if you haven't seen it. Tomorrow, like Jeff said, we'll be doing that together. I do want to promote a couple other shows that are happening tomorrow. One, Double Jointed, which is on the whatever channel.
Saturday Morning Toy.
Saturday Morning.
There you go. Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I've got it saved now, and I've got an alarm set on my phone because it's one of my favorite shows. I just love Saturday morning. It's just real fun watching those guys. So tune in for that. Also, on the Legion's Ladies channel, they've been doing like Tanya's been going live sometimes with Stacy and just doing some like painting. They've got this little thing that they're doing over there on the Legion's Ladies channel, so you can check that out. Obviously, Jeff and I will be going live tomorrow, and then Saturday Day Live we'll be kicking off at their normal time, which I believe is 3 p.m. Eastern. Mm-hmm. And then PGG tomorrow night. Now, I will not at least be at the start of PGG. I may make it by the end. I'm not sure because I will be watching the Royal Rumble with my family. We will be doing that, having some fun. So that's what's going on for tomorrow across the board. Should be a fun day. Busy one.
Who's on Shooting the Shelf Sunday?
We've got Jesse's got one of his friends coming on that's in the Star Wars world, and he hasn't taken the dive into Legions yet. But Jesse's going to do this thing that he does with his Star Wars friends, where he like really tries to seduce them to Cosmic Legions. And it seems to have worked so far. He's done that with a couple folks, and so we're going to see if he can
Come
bring
to
them
the
over
dark
to the dark
side.
Yeah, exactly.
They got cool shit in sci-fi,
You know,
and they don't
Jesse
even
always
need
being
laser
seductive
swords
and
yet.
shit.
You can't
Yeah, I know.
customize Black Series like you can customize Cosmic. You can
I
take
tell you
Black
what,
Series to customize Cosmic, but you can't go the other way around.
his other buddy that he brought in to Cosmic Legions has been doing some badass customs, man. He did that Predator one, and like that dude is killing it.
Oh, man.
He's so
The Predator is sick.
Yeah, I mean, there's just I think there's, you know, that was going to sound stupid. I was going to say there's a whole world, there's a whole cosmic universe of, you know, cool stuff, whatever. I don't know. It's if you're a Star Wars fan, I think Cosmic Legions, if you give it a chance and mess around with this stuff, I think you'd absolutely fucking love it. Like, I can't see how somebody that loves Star Wars would not love Cosmic Legions.
Yeah.
So
I talked to one Star Wars person and they couldn't get into it because of the lore.
Gotcha.
And I was like, fuck the lore, just enjoy the figures.
Yeah, make up your own lore. Like, make up your own fan fiction for it.
What don't they like about the lore? I mean,
it's not sci-fi
not fleshed
fantasy.
out enough yet.
It's not operatic. It's not beyond the stars kind of stuff. It's action, adventure. It's very grounded.
And they like Star Wars.
Yeah, they like Star Wars because it's grandiose and it's
there's magic in it.
fantasy.
When the first damn movie came out, it wasn't that damn grandiose.
Yeah, they blew up a small moon.
This is the Star Wars
I kind of
Okay, Space Wizards got it.
Doesn't Thygar have the Force or something?
Yeah, the only thing that's sort of
telekinetic
fantasy is the gray maze. That's the most out there.
Thygar has the special ability to rip off his spacesuit and be shirtless underneath.
I thought
like
he
an
had
80s
some
action
minor
hero.
telekinesis or something.
Did we lose Curtis?
No, I'm here. I'm sorry. I got a work thing, you know, on call 24/7. Hold on a second. But you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Or don't talk amongst yourselves. and just
Favorite
watch
drink
the
from
fight.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, now we're just going to wait for you, Curtis. Nowhere else.
We're just going to wait for Curtis.
Drink?
Mhm.
Jeff, is that what you said?
That favorite drink from Coca-Cola.
Okay. Well, so
By me, Coke is responsible for Dr. Pepper, so Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a regional
Coke.
thing.
Yeah.
Cherry Coke.
What?
Cherry
I
Coke.
like, yeah.
I like vanilla Coke.
If we're going strictly
cherry
Coke,
vanilla
then cherry vanilla Coke.
Yeah, it's a good combo.
Joe likes the Coke.
I just like Coke.
The Coca-Cola bags that it comes in, yeah, down for that. I mean, what?
It's the same little Ziplocs that all the Armory figure pieces came in. So
A lot of Coke.
So
came
it's
with the
those
Armory
like
knives.
10-pound bags of syrup that go in the soda machines.
It's
I'm not a huge
Dylan's
soda-
just drinking them right out of the bag.
The liquid
I don't
Coke.
need no carbonation. Just give me
You
the
take
syrup.
one sip, you just drop.
I want some syrup.
I'm not a huge soda guy, but Mr. Pibb's pretty fucking good. So I and you know,
I'll give you that.
I think Mr. Pibb's better than Dr. Pepper, but
If I
but
can't get
now
better.
that Dr. Pepper with the cream soda, like that's
That's
fucking good
yeah.
stuff.
There's coming out with a blackberry Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
I think that's dropping in a couple of days.
Well, one last thing for you guys. I have 28 minutes until I've completed an entire month with no new toy purchases. I do not know. I'm going to tune into Legion's chat after this. I could pop my cherry, my 2025 cherry, while I'm in Legion's chat, or maybe I go another month without any.
Make sure you
toy
record it.
We'll see. I
Well,
don't
in
know.
my time and Oz's and Dylan's, you've
Yeah.
already been 32 minutes into.
Yeah, but I got to go by my time because that's when I started it. That's when I So I
So
got.
then we-
future you
Mhm.
you is good. Future
Yeah,
you.
I've just got to figure out am I going to try to go for 2 months, or am I like buying a toy like at right after midnight? And
I'm not trying to influence you anyway, but you
Mhm.
still have time to pre-order a silver knife.
I got to tell you, and I didn't want to. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum or anything. I don't like that knight.
You yuck all of my yum.
It's worth it just for the shield.
I like the shield, and I feel like there's going to be some people that are moving the shield or trying to sell the shield or trade the shield, and I'll get the shield.
Yeah.
But
I bought a 12 pack, so I could probably send you one, no problem.
Yeah, I like the shield, the knight itself. Like the red shield soldier is one of my least favorite figures ever, and it's pretty much that exact same build. You know, other than the Valiant Knight arms and stuff. So yeah, I'm just not it. He looks like a wimp. Like it's kind of wimpy. It's like this, like I don't know, like skinny torso and like
give him a cool trench coat or something.
I don't know, just the pauldrons, the waist piece, like everything about it is just like all frilly and fancy and yeah, I don't know. I like
needs his Templars.
I like the evil builds.
Templar.
I like the spiky fucking leg armor and arm. You know, like the whatever they
would get snagged on the curtains so often.
I don't
it's
care.
So
Man.
unrealistic.
It looks fucking metal as shit.
All their tapestries would be pulled off of the walls. Forget that.
If you're metal, you don't need fucking tapestries. Fuck that.
How does anybody know what you do if you don't have tapestries?
All right, so tune in next week to see if I bought any new toys.
You will.
I'm still on the fence. We'll see.
You'll be able to tell by how grouchy Curtis is throughout the week.
Yeah.
If he's in a good mood, you know he bought a toy. So.
Okay.
Right. It's only in our chat though.
We're the only ones that matter.
Well, tune in to all that fun tomorrow. Me and Jeff on our play date, Oz's Clubhouse tomorrow, as well as all those other great shows we mentioned. And until next time, we will see you on the Offworld.
Thanks for tuning in.